into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Put it down. Stop what it is. Whatever you're doing, just take a moment. It's a Friday, baby. Welcome to it. It means only one thing on this show. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance into the weekend, and hopefully we're gonna get you dancing as well. A very good morning. My name is Graham Richards, and we are in store for a lot of fun today. We are gonna get you moving. We're gonna get you inspired. We're gonna meet a young phenom, an unbelievable talent by the name of Shaylin Moore, who's the daughter of dance legend Ashley Moore, is the daughter of dance legend Diana Moore, and we are gonna be getting into freestyle dance, which is something we haven't really covered on this show, so can't wait for that. And she's gonna put herself into positions that you don't even know a human body can do, and she is going to inspire you. So if you've got a young'un out there who's interested in dance, especially freestyle, stick around for that. Then of course we're going to get another breathtaking performance from one of the best crews that join us on the hip-hop front, the MOD program. And of course I'm so excited and so happy this morning because I get to spend the next 3 hours with two of my best mates. And of course it is the start of the weekend, and I'm hoping they are as excited as I am. Very good morning, Zoe, Carl. I can't see you anywhere in studio, so I hope you are here. Good morning, you beautiful souls.
Oh, we are here, G, and we're excited for the morning ahead. Of course, good morning, Wasty.
Morning, Zoe. Are you making us coffee?
I'm making coffee. What would you like?
I would like anything lungo.
Lungo? There we go.
Espresso, please.
Lungo has already been pushed, so now you have to settle for a lungo.
Okay, perfect.
There we
That's
go.
the thing, lungo. That's lovely. So, yeah, you know it's Mother's Day this weekend.
It is Mother's Day this weekend.
I'm excited, and I know that, you know, there are certain things that we are going to confess to our moms this Sunday, a bunch of different things, and I actually wanted to ask you on social media if you could perhaps, I'm not going to say confess, but like what's the something that your mother doesn't know about you?
The something. You know what, I feel like I have such a close relationship with my mom.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything she doesn't know.
Are you sure? Because like there's stuff that I can tell you, Mom.
Like, okay, you can reveal something.
No, I would never reveal anything, nothing like that. But I suppose like back in the day, I think my mom still doesn't know that I burnt the couch.
Oh, was it you that broke
Yeah.
the couch? Okay, I can confess I was the one that broke my sister's straightener, not the wind.
Right. Now that that's out there, we are going to sip on this Nespresso and listen to Graham and the news.
That's yours?
Sorry, Mom. Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. Let's start with our national news first, as we do. And a cheetah has escaped from the Ritvlei Nature Reserve, apparently through a hole that smaller animals had dug under a fence. The city of Tshwane said an Endangered Wildlife Trust team was attempting to capture the cheetah, which escaped on Tuesday. The veterinary surgeon is on standby to tranquilize the animal when it is spotted. The cheetah has a neck collar that sends signals for tracing purposes, which will help visitors to the nature reserve, and residents in surrounding areas have been requested to be vigilant. Then 2 people sadly have died in floodwaters near Bonnievale on the R317 after being trapped in an overturned vehicle. 2 more are missing as the storm took a heavy toll on the Western Cape yesterday. 30 farm workers had to be evacuated in Riversonder End, and multiple rescue efforts are being conducted. This as the Overberg, specifically Bredasdorp, Struisbaai, Riversonder End and districts continue to be hardest hit by the storm that made landfall on Tuesday evening. Emergency services are working non-stop to render assistance. More news is to follow in our weather report, so stay tuned for that. Now, on the international news front, the World Health Organization yesterday warned of a new wave of COVID-19 infections in Africa due to delayed vaccine supplies, a slow rollout, and new variants. The Africa Bureau of the UN said new variants, such as the ones that emerged in India and South Africa, could unleash a third wave on the continent. Africa now accounts for only 1% of vaccine doses administered globally, down from 2% just a few weeks ago, as other regions' rollouts are now progressing much faster. Well, on the topic, Pfizer and BioNTech announced yesterday that they would be donating vaccine doses for athletes at this summer's Tokyo Olympics. Delivery is expected to begin later this month, and the president of the International Olympic Committee said this was an important measure to help make the Olympic and Paralympic Games Tokyo 2020 safe and secure for all participants and to show solidarity with the Japanese hosts. International spectators will not be allowed at the Games, and a decision on whether domestic spectators can attend has not as yet been taken. And now, how one man and his team are battling pollution of the ocean and maybe getting that win. Ocean pollution is one of the greatest threats sea creatures face. An estimated 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic debris currently floating in the water latch onto marine creatures, claiming over 100,000 lives every year. With thousands of Cape fur seals breeding along the Namibian coastline, Drea Nordia of Walvis Bay has become aware of the cruel fate these animals endure. The reality of conditions in the ocean hit home when he set free a deeply distressed seal pup that was entangled in a fishing net and fighting for its life off the coast of Namibia. And he watched in awe as it swam away, and that's when he realized he had found his true life's calling: saving marine wildlife. Inquisitive animals like seals often ingest debris or become entangled in it, resulting in starvation, suffocation, and then death. Drea vowed to make their plight his priority and has subsequently co-founded Ocean Conservation Namibia, which has thus far freed over 800 seals from insidious debris. By filming each rescue and sharing it online, they are trying their level best to alert people to the deadly consequences of humans' behavior. So you can go and do a search for that right now and have your eyes opened. And on that very positive note, that's where we round off our news headlines. Let's bring you up to speed on the sports front. Well, another reason to get excited about rugby. Wales great Alan Wynne-Jones has been named as captain of the British and Irish Lions tour for the upcoming tour in South Africa. The experienced Wales captain is the most capped player of all time, having played in 148 tests for the Dragons and then 9 for the Lions as well. Warren Gatland will lead the British and Irish Lions on his third tour as head coach. And staying with rugby, keeping it local, Springbok number 8 Dwayne Vermeulen returns to the Bulls side. That's for their Pro 14 Rainbow Cup clash against the Stormers at Cape Town Stadium this weekend. The 34-year-old will resume captaincy as Nizam Carr drops to the bench, and Sharks coach Sean Everett expectedly has named an unchanged starting 11 for their clash against the Lions at Kings Park tomorrow. Kickoff for the match between the Sharks and the Lions is at 4 p.m. Then the Stormers and Bulls will go head-to-head at 6:15. Then high-stakes rugby down under. Super Rugby Aotearoa and the Australian domestic competition will conclude this weekend with the top teams fighting it out for their respective trophies. In New Zealand, defending champions the Crusaders will be up against a spirited Chiefs team. That's in the Aotearoa final in Christchurch tomorrow at 9:05. And then the Reds will host the Brumbies in the AU final at the Suncorp Stadium at 11:45 in the afternoon. Both matches should be very intriguing. And now on to football. Premier Soccer League action continued last night with Orlando Pirates bouncing back. They recorded a 3-0 win over Black Leopards at the Orlando Stadium. A brace by Tsecho Fatso Mabasa and a late strike from Frank Mango sealing the victory for the Buccaneers, and that moves them now up to 4th spot on the PSL table. Then there'll be one PSL fixture this weekend as TS Galaxy face Mamelodi Sundowns at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Why no PSL? Because it's down to cup action as Chakuma Madzi and Chipper United are gearing up for the Nedbank Cup final. That takes place tomorrow. TTM, who stunned Mamelodi Sundowns in their semi-final clash, they'll be looking to make history as the first team from Limpopo to win the title. That Nedbank Cup final will take place at the Free State Stadium in neutral ground. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. And then staying with football, despite a 3-2 defeat to Roma last night, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United, they've booked their place in the UEFA Europa League final. The Red Devils advancing on an 8-5 aggregate thanks to that 6-2 scoreline in the first leg. And after a goalless draw against Arsenal last night, Villarreal, they are also through to the final thanks to a 2-1 aggregate. The Europa League final between Man United and Villarreal will take place at Gdansk in Poland on the 26th of May. But as always, we'll delve into all of our weekend sporting action in the first hour of the show with a bit of a preview, so stick around for that. Right now, let's get an update on some pretty intense weather across South Africa, especially the Western Cape with Zoe.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you to all of you that have taken the time to share your sunrise photos with us. We really do love seeing how you start your day. I'm going to say thank you to Justin Mostert from Table View, who shared this pretty view from his backyard. And Cape Town today can expect wet conditions to continue today, reaching a mild maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. Leon Bischoff from Uvongo on the south coast, shared this glowing red image of the sun rising over the ocean in the distance. Today has pleasant conditions forecasted for the Uvongo area, with times of sun and clouds reaching a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. Now, if you would like to share your sunrise photo with us, it's really simple. Just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to share your photo and location with us. And while we love our sunrises from our own country, we also love the fact that we have a growing international audience who tune in via the Africa Channel and YouTube. So for your first international city update this morning, we are giving you a brief update for weather conditions expected in Paris, the capital city of France. Paris has been one of Europe's major centers for finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, science, and arts. Known by many as one of the most romantic cities in the world, it is also scattered with many well-known tourist sites such as the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, and the Notre Dame de Paris. Now, today you can also expect times of sun and cloud reaching a maximum of only 14 degrees Celsius. Here in South Africa, the SA Weather Services predicts that the weather in the Cape Town, in fact the Western Cape, will continue until tomorrow. And while less rain is predicted for Cape Town, a warning has been issued for heavy rain in Oudtshoorn. Heavy rain is also expected to continue over the Cape Winelands district, Hesekwa, as well as the Ladysmith municipalities. The Trudeau Pass between Barrydale and Swellendam is closed due to current weather conditions, which have resulted in rockfall. In the Southern Cape, Malgas is cut off due to impassable roads. Now, contingency plans are currently in place for emergencies, and the Overberg Disaster Management said no attempts must be made to leave the area as roads have become dangerous. It is also predicted that the Breda Rivier, also other rivers in the affected areas, will be experiencing higher than normal flood levels, and people in low-lying areas close to rivers are urged to be alert for severe flooding. We'll certainly keep you updated with regards to that. For now, let's look at your temperatures across the country. In Polokwane, a low of 9 and a high of 23 can be expected. Mbombela, partly cloudy, 14 with a high of 26. Pretoria, 11-23. Johannesburg, 11-21. Partly cloudy in Mahikeng, 10-24. Klerksdorp, 8, reaching a high of 20. Some thunder showers can be expected in Kimberley today with a high of 22. Bloemfontein, 6, reaching a high of 20. Richards Bay, 17-26. Pietermaritzburg, 11 with a high of 25. Partly cloudy conditions in Durban today. 17 is your low, 26 your high. Mthatha, 9, reaching a high of 22. Partly cloudy conditions in East London, 15-26. Cradock, 8 with a high of 24. Gqeberha, 14, reaching a high of 22. Partly cloudy conditions for George today, 14 with a high of 20. Rain is expected to continue in Cape Town, a low of 14, a high of 18. Worcester, rainy conditions with a high of 17 for today. Partly cloudy conditions in Sutherland, 6 is your low, 14 your high. And sunny conditions in Uppington, expect a low of 10 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. That's where I leave your weather for now. Another update coming your way at 7 o'clock.
My apologies. Rivier sonder end.
Rivier sonder end, yeah.
Okay, sorry, man. I'm like the most English person alive.
It's okay.
What I'm doing is I'm just procrastinating because I want to see how long you can do this for. Yes, we are talking sport. Nedbank Cup is coming up. Indeed. There is some spectacular rugby. We're going to connect with the Gaza, Gareth Jenkinson, in just a moment. And go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Stay there.
Cut. Cut.
Only you can make my day.
Wow, welcome back. That wow is for the sport that's coming up this weekend. Round 2 of the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup South African edition will kick off tomorrow with clashes between the Sharks and the Lions. Stormers up against the Bulls. Then on the international front, Super Rugby, Aotearoa and Australian domestic competitions. They all conclude with thrilling finals. Defending champions, the Crusaders, up against a very much informed Chiefs side. And then a repeat of last year's finals, Reds take on the Brumbies down under. Sports journalist Gareth Jenkinson, who sounds like a Welsh rugby player, joins us via video call to tell us more. The Gaza. From now on, you are dubbed The Gaza, and you're just going to have to accept it, buddy. How are you doing, my man?
I'm fine, and you, Graham? It's great to join you guys this morning.
Really, so excited about this weekend's rugby. I'm going to start with the domestic competition, of course, here in South Africa. I've tempered my expectations because obviously it was a massive blow to us, the fact that we can't travel this year. But now it's dawned on me that we're going to be treated to a derby game pretty much every time a South African team plays. And we were, I think, treated to a fantastic start to the tournament last weekend. And now we get to go through it. But what do you make of that fixture? What are you expecting from that showdown tomorrow?
Yeah, Graham, I think you were right about the Sharks. Last week they were really fantastic. Sean Everett was rightfully critical of their set-piece performance. You know, lineouts and scrums didn't quite go their way. So I suspect the guys down in Durban have done a lot of work on that department of their game. You know, in terms of their attacking and their backline play, they were really good last week. And all things considered, you know, like there's been a little bit of a break again before they actually started this Rainbow Cup SA. And, you know, some detractors will say it's not great. It's not great to see the local teams playing each other the whole time, but it is what it is. And to be honest, I'm just happy to see the teams playing. In terms of the result, I think the Sharks are just going to be too strong for the Lions this weekend. And yeah, like I mentioned, they'll be looking to put in a much better performance, especially up front with their forwards. So yeah, I would tip the Sharks to take this one this weekend.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Sean Everett has named an unchanged team as well. So he's backing the lads. He's going to give them the opportunity. When we look at the Stormers up against the Bulls, I think the Stormers will have a point to prove again in their new home ground. They'll want to get the win, and they're up against a Bulls side that is probably the most well-balanced. And when I talk about that balance of having the experience, Dwayne Vermeulen comes back in with the armband of the captaincy. And I mean, he's a talisman if there ever was one. This is probably going to be a tougher challenge, I feel, for the Stormers than the Sharks were. This Bulls side, very, very good.
Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for the Stormers because, you know, last week they did have the ascendancy, you know, up front, but Raniel Hugo proved to be the difference of that hat-trick in the second half last week. So I definitely think the Stormers are going to have a point to prove this weekend. But that being said, like you mentioned, Dwayne Vermeulen is back this week for the Bulls. That's pretty much a full-strength Bulls side. It's as strong as you're going to kind of see it. And they're definitely going to want to hit the ground running this weekend. And yeah, I mean, as much as the Stormers were good in the forward pack last week, I think the Bulls might just have a bit more firepower. But that being said, I don't think it's going to be a runaway result at all. I think up front in the set pieces, it's going to be a seriously tough clash, probably a lot harder than the Sharks game was last weekend. And both those packs will be looking to kind of boss and dominate the game and give their backs the impetus to go forward. It's pretty sad though to see that Cade Wallace is out for it looks like the rest of the year with that ACL injury. You know, promising young fly-off. So for the Stormers to be out, you know, missing him, it's not ideal. Yeah, they'll be licking their wounds about that. But I mean, you have to move forward, you have to go on, and yeah, a big clash against the Bulls this weekend. It's going to be a tough one.
And this is all about getting a spot in that Springbok team. Let's be honest here, this is what they are playing for at the moment. So there you can see the times of our local rugby. Let's shift gears quickly. Super Rugby, Aotearoa. A brilliant final because the Chiefs have shown such improvement. Damian McKenzie, one of the highest scorers, if not the highest point scorer this season, but I just don't see them beating the Crusaders. There was one minor blip on the journey to the final for the Satyrs, but they're just so class. Can you see a reality where the Chiefs might cause an upset?
You know what? I can see a reality, you know, where it happens. It's some parallel universe. I don't think it's going to happen. And you mentioned it, though. Like, there was one blip along the way. That blip was against the Chiefs. So if anyone knows how to beat the Crusaders this season, it's probably the Chiefs. But just, watching the Crusaders play over the last few weeks, they're so clinical. It's their DNA. They're very clinical. They play simple, effective rugby. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they play exciting rugby. And like you mentioned, Damien McKenzie's been in outstanding form. I would venture to say he's the best kicker in New Zealand at the moment.
Wow.
And a year or two ago, you wouldn't have put, Damien McKenzie, in the list of the best New Zealand kickers, especially when it comes to goal kicking. But he's been fantastic. It doesn't matter if it's 50 meters out. He's not the biggest guy, but he can kick a rugby ball. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I would, if you're a betting man, I'd probably put my money on the Crusaders just on their form throughout the competition, how clinical they are. But you can't rule the Chiefs out either. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at it.
Completely. I think what I like about this is you're going to see the best of both sides of New Zealand rugby, the flair and, of course, those structures in place. And then, of course, we'll also be treated to a Super Rugby AU final repeat of last year, the Brumbies up against the Reds. Buddy, I want you to start thinking about football and thinking about the team that you support, because we are completely biased on this show. So we're going to be talking all things football in just a moment. Gaza, so good to have you join the team, my friend. Great to connect with you this morning. And you guys at home, you can let us know where your allegiances lie. Who are you supporting on the rugby front, on the footballing front? We'd love to invite you and maybe have you as a super fan.
I love sports chat, guys. Everything is like, it all depends on 90 minutes. China, Gaza, let's get some more stats from you, Chan. Well, you know what? It's the Expresso Rewind game. We have TV sports too, and we have to put two competitors head to head. We're talking about Zoe Brown as well as Graham Richards. These two individuals go against each other for the ultimate prize in TV sports history, and that is the Golden Monkey. Come through, Graham, have a seat.
Do you like my Spanish dance?
I like the Spanish dance.
It's the Zaza and the Gaza.
Yes, it's Gaza, Zaza, and Gaza. All right, that's beautiful. Now, I'm sure you've been watching Expresso because you've been on Expresso, but the thing is, there are some questions I want to ask you, so I want you to be nice and focused and ready. I also need you guys to give me an indication as to what your answering sound will be. What are we thinking?
Oh, can I just be boring and go with me?
Okay.
Me? You want to go with me?
We're going to go with
That's fine.
It's got a cool sound.
No,
You are going to have to go with something. Pa. Yes, please, do that. But be careful, don't spit in her direction.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
COVID times. Thank you very much. Right, so here we go.
Can I have a mic cover? Pop.
Okay, yes you can. Just do a little pop cover. My first question is, which famous singer gave Stacey Francis a tambourine? Nothing? Okay, yes, Graham?
Prince?
You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to. That's correct. Come on, well done. Yes, thank you.
That's impressive.
I know it is. It is
I had to
absolutely
dig deep
incredible.
for that one. That was like...
So, no, I got you. That's it.
File
Also, I felt your pa on my cheek.
Oh, did you?
Anyway, right. Let's move on.
Mohawk's just sitting a little
Dude,
bit
there's
like
a little,
this now. It's
there's
just-
a little pa on the side here, but it's okay. Okay, question number 2. Jump in the game, all right? Ryan Sands was the first person to win an ultra trail race on how many continents?
Pa?
Pa, what's your answer?
7.
Correct. Well done. Oh my word, this guy.
See, but that was a dangerous one because if I'd got it wrong, people would be like, wow, really?
Yeah.
9 continents, dude? So, okay.
Yes, I got you. Well done. Almost
Yeah,
there.
but I did do that interview. So that's
I'm
You
just,
did.
I'm
You
just,
did do
I'm
that
waiting for a
interview.
meme from Zoe.
I know.
Okay, I'm just waiting for you. All right?
I'm coming home.
No. It's still open.
Questions. It's still open. I can still catch up.
Next question is, how many babies did the 25-year-old lady from Mali give birth to in Morocco? Pa! How many?
9.
Well done!
At one time.
Yeah, yes.
and-
so they did initial scans, it was like 7, and then that's 9.
Yeah, and they're all healthy. Mom
Yes.
and all the bubbas are healthy, which so she will be inducted into the Guinness World Book of
Indeed.
World Records.
And also,
that?
Zoe, future's bright. Moving along. Right.
Coming home.
I want you to keep on singing. We love that. All right, the next question is LTE 3G, 4G, or 5G? Yes?
4.
Correct. Okay.
Was I even here this
Can you try and can you answer this one for me?
Are the curls heavy? Does it pull on your brain?
Just say me.
I don't know any of the answers.
It's fine. It's fine. I think what Zoe's doing is letting Graham win, which is very, very sweet. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
man.
This is the final question, unfortunately. When is the Global Citizen Vax concert airing on S3 this weekend?
Me?
Yes, thank goodness, thank you.
This Sunday at
Sorry,
half
this?
past
What?
9.
This?
Sunday
Yeah.
at half past 9,
Okay.
9:30 p.m. on S3.
Boom.
Congratulations, that answer's worth 4 points. Well done.
And it repeats
just
at
kidding.
11 on Tuesday.
And Selena
right.
Gomez hosts, and there was performances from J Balvin and
Zamo Bata is there.
He's actually not even listening to you. He's just trying to grab the monkey.
grab them.
I'm coming home.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, as we go down, a sportsman would do this commentary moment right here. Graham Richards on Expresso. History, open up.
I'd
It's the
just like
Golden
to
Monkey.
say the boys were really good
right.
today.
Yes,
you've
let me get the mic over here.
You've got to
Right.
have the ball to be able to win the game. And
All right,
we
John.
won the game, but I've got to say, my opponents,
All right,
they
John.
really were strong on the
terrible.
day.
Beautiful.
But ultimately, the better team won.
All right, great stuff. Any thoughts from you, losing team?
You know what? It was unlucky. I feel like it wasn't fair on the ref, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll wish him well. Congratulations.
Wow.
It's always the ref.
Drama. Welcome home, little guy.
So well done, Expresso Rewind game. Just make sure that when you're watching, take some notes. You never know, you could actually win a golden monkey at the end of the weekend. We have a special question for you, our dear viewer, and you can answer this on social media platforms. And this very easy question is, what's the difference between biryani and acne? This is a
Ooh,
contentious
this is a
issue,
different
and I was watching this show, answering
Oh,
and shouting
my
out to
word.
Zoe and Clem. So I think this is going to be absolutely sensational. So please answer, and who knows, the beautiful fame that you're looking for could happen right
And
here.
this, this is
on
made
S3.
out of real gold, this monkey. Eh?
I know.
It's made out of
yes,
real
that is
gold.
real gold sprayed on to a copper. So enjoy that, Graham. Well done for the Expresso Rewind game.
I love you, little monkey.
Yeah,
Love you,
enjoy
man.
that. And of course, we've got some more action coming up on the show today. Graham's got another sports report, so stay tuned because
Talking
it's all
footy.
going to be about Nedbank Cup final as well as some other football action.
Come
and then
on,
we're going to be
Gaza.
back in the kitchen. It's Mother's Day coming up. And then, of course, we've got MOD in. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So I want you to stay right there, grab a cup of coffee. It's here on S3. Just open up.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we continue with our weekend sports preview. Sports journalist Gareth Jenkinson, the Gaza, is still live with us via video call. We're going to be chatting all things footy right now. And he's going to give us his prediction on what I think is a fairy tale Nedbank Cup final between TTM and Chipper United tomorrow. We'll also touch on the PSL and the English Premier League, all going down to the wire for different reasons. Buddy, welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking around. I'm going going to start with this amazing story that is the Nedbank Cup, because it's all about those David and Goliath moments. And when you consider what TTM have been able to do to beat the reigning champions of the PSL and the log leaders, and a team that really, they're a juggernaut for a side like TTM in the context of how they've been performing in the league, and for them to do it in the way with the heroics of Washington Arubi in that penalty shootout in the semi. This is magical. This is what cup competition is all about.
Yeah, I think you're right, Graham. Just considering, this is like the League Cup of South Africa, and you typically see, the big name clubs making their way to the final and beating the, lesser known clubs from the lower divisions as they go through. So to see TTM and Chipper United in the final, I think is really, really great. It's a first chance for Chipper to grab some silverware, so I'm sure they're going to be really, really up for it. And I think it's also interesting because both teams are fairly low down on the DStv Premiership log. They haven't done so well in the league, but in finals football, that's what it comes down to. Those big moments, if your players can step up and make the most of it, it doesn't matter what team you're playing for. It doesn't have to be Mamelodi Sundowns or Kaizer Chiefs or whatever. So I'm pretty excited for this one. I think it's actually really difficult to call, and maybe we'll see this one go down to a penalty shootout as well. But I see a lot of people are tipping Chipper to take it. So I think I'm probably going to go with Chipper taking this one, but hey, maybe TTM will prove us wrong.
Hey, man, Limpopo needs its first piece of silverware, man. I'm going to go with TTM all the way. And I love the format of the competition, the fact that this is that opportunity for those sides to get a massive financial shot in the arm as well. And I know it'll mean a huge amount to both sides. And of course, that one is going to be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And of course, that means that there is only one PSL fixture this weekend, and it's a really important one. This whole last week, I've been talking about the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, we know that Lesotho are chasing hard, but they've had that game in hand. This is their game in hand. And it's up against a TS Galaxy side that you would have written off last year, but they're sitting ahead of Kaizer Chiefs, 8th on the table right now. And to be honest, with that chasing pack so hot on their heels, every point, every 3 points now, especially for Mamelodi Sundowns, are vitally important. They've got to win this one.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting because a little bit of context, you've got the CAF Champions League playoffs next weekend against Al Ahly. So Mamelodi Sundowns, I think, are going to be very, very focused on that clash. So it's going to be interesting to see what starting 11 they put out to play this weekend. And like you mentioned, it's a tough one because on the one end you're focusing on glory in the African continent, but you're also very, very cognizant of the fact that the pack is chasing you. Amazulu and Benny McCarthy are nipping at their heels, so they can't just brush this game off and think it doesn't matter if we lose it. That they need to win it, and then they need to turn their attention very quickly to a very, very big game next week against their former boss as well. So I think it's going to be a difficult one to call. Off the top of your head, you'd say, no, Sundowns are going to win it. I don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe we'll get a draw, and it'll just put a little bit more excitement for the end of the league in the next few weeks.
Yeah, completely. And now that we know that Benny isn't going to be the Bafana head coach, what do you make of that move, incidentally? Just getting off subject, by the way. Do you think SAFA have made the right choice there with the new coach in charge?
Yeah, I've read with interest what's been going on, and I felt in a way for Benny McCarthy, but I also respect the fact that he wanted to take his coaching staff with him that have proved to be very, very successful. And I think that that's key in any coach being given the tools and the team that he wants to succeed. So if SAFA was saying to Benny, listen, we want you, but you can't bring your assistants with, that would be a deal breaker for me. And I think it's probably better for the league, for South African football, that Benny stays focused on a Premier League club for now. And I think Hugo Broos has, he's got a great pedigree. He's done the business in Africa as well. So Exactly. So he definitely knows the job. We're told that he's very good working with young players, and South Africa's got a lot of fantastic young players. Some of those guys I think will be coming out of, the Olympics, the under-23 setup, and those are the kind of players that he'll probably be looking to, build the future of South African football. 5-year deal, I think that's pretty good. That says, hey, I'm pretty serious about this. I'm going to stick around for a long time. Look, we know SAFA is notorious with our coaches, and it's a tough job to take. kudos to him for taking it, and I wish him well. And I think for now, Benny's probably done the right thing. Focus. I mean, if he can take Amanzulu to the title, then perhaps he is the next man to take charge of Bafana. But I think things happen for a reason, and it's probably best that this was the outcome.
And I'm telling you, Gaz has just said it. It's going to happen. That's going to be the fairy tale ending to this season. I'm telling you, Benny is going to be back in the area. One last question as we look at the Premier League fixtures here. I know that you have to be unbiased, but on this show we love a little bit of healthy competition. Which team do you support in the English Premier League, if any?
Oh no! I support Arsenal for my sins. So I'm licking my wounds this morning.
Well, buddy, it was nice.
I've been licking my wounds all season.
Dude, it was lekker chatting to you. This is the last time we're going to invite you on the show, so go and enjoy your life. No, I'm joking, Roo. You are awesome. A couple of great, I think, really mouth-watering games coming up in the EPL as well. And, of course, there it's all about those Champions League spots. But, Gareth, we'll chat to you again very soon, my friend. Go and enjoy soaking up all of the high-stakes sports this weekend. It's going to be a bumper one.
Cheers.
That, Gaza, you can let us know where your allegiances lie, especially when it comes to the Nedbank Cup final. It could not be more of a fairy tale ending to an incredible season. Let's delve a little deeper.
It's a big weekend for sport as tomorrow marks the 2021 Nedbank Cup final. It'll be a battle for the history books as Chippa United take on TTM at the Free State Stadium for the title. Now, here to get us pumped up and ready to go is Buli Ndlovu, the executive head for retail and business banking marketing from Nedbank, and of course soccer legend Matthew Booth. Welcome, guys.
Good morning, Carl. So nice to be here this morning.
So, Buli, I want to start with you. I am so glad to have you on the show again. I mean, this is the second season of the Nedbank Cup that has taken place with no fans allowed at the stadiums, unfortunately. How have you been keeping the fans interactive and involved in something like a big final?
You know, as the tournament sponsor, we would have obviously loved to have our fans at the stadiums. But as you know, COVID-19 is still a reality that we're living with. But through our Play Your Part campaign, we're still encouraging all South Africans to stay safe and watch the Nedbank Cup from the comfort of their own homes. You know, we have been continuously engaging with our fans this season through ongoing social media competitions and the Nedbank Cup fan mode, which is really a digital platform that has allowed fans to still support their favorite teams and bringing that Nedbank Cup experience and atmosphere to their homes. You know, so through the fan mode, fans were able to see their own reactions live on TV, you know, during a match. And we're just really encouraging all fans to sign up on the Nedbank Cup website so they can join us and cheer on TTM and Chippa United this Saturday.
You know, Buli, I am so enthused by that because the fact that I can watch the game and you can see my face on live TV while I'm watching the game is the best. I'm going to throw in my mouthful of Zela there.
Please.
That's it. One man who I know has got a lot of gears is you, Matthew. You know, we have two teams who have never played in the Nedbank Cup final before, or the CAF Confederations Cup. What does this say about the Nedbank Cup tournament and, of course, the opportunities it provides?
Well, traditionally, Carl, I mean, the Nedbank, you know, it's given opportunities for the lower tier teams to make their mark. And to be the giant killers. Unfortunately, this particular episode, the amateur clubs were not involved because SAFA was not able to get amateur football up and running. But still, we've had a full complement of NFD and PSL teams on board. And NFD teams made their mark, certainly. Two teams, Chippa and TTM, who are sitting at the bottom of the PSL, are now in South Africa's most prestigious cup. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't want to bet on this league, you know, or any games that take part because it's just upset after upset.
That's what makes it so attractive and exciting. And I'm loving the fact that in one particular tournament, despite league positions, that, you know, somebody, you know, like Chippa United and TTM can actually be up there and face off in a final. I think it's so important for football. We get the full spread when it comes to this tournament, which is very, very exciting. Buli, just back to you for a second. I know that you're also running a home viewing experience competition, which must be very, very exciting for all the fans. I want to know all the details.
Absolutely, Carl. I mean, with fans not being able to attend the games, we thought, you know, there's absolutely no reason why they can't enjoy it still. And so we're bringing the Nedbank Cup to them. So we ran a competition together with the Daily Sun where 4 lucky winners will get the opportunity to watch the Nedbank Cup VIP style, right, together with a South African football legend safely in their home. So, everyone else who's watching can really get a view of the winner's experience.
I like how you're teasing us there, Bully. I know, it's exciting. Last month, Nedbank unveiled the multi-purpose sports court in Mamelodi. And together with the defending champions as part of the Play Your Part campaign, I want to congratulate you on that. You want to tell us a bit more?
Yeah, so as part of our Play Your Part campaign last year, we awarded the defending champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, not only with the prize money of 7 million rands, but also an opportunity to contribute to football development in their community through a multi-purpose sports court. Last month, together with the team and the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Natim Tetra, the multi-purpose sports court was officially unveiled and handed over to the Stanza Bopape Secondary School. This is something we're really proud of at Nedbank, as it represents who we are and also just our continued efforts to positively contribute to South African communities. And so as a result, we're really excited to announce that we will continue with this initiative by awarding the winners of the 2021 Nedbank Cup with the same opportunity. So the team will pick a community in their region to receive the multi-purpose sports court. And in this year's case, it'll be either in Limpopo or the Eastern Cape. We'll see.
This is incredible. I know that football is a game that always keeps on giving when it comes to entertainment, but when it's actually giving back to the communities through Nedbank, I just want to say it's the type of football that I love to watch.
Absolutely, and that's what we seek to deliver, right, to our fans and to just South Africa at large.
All right, Matthew, I think we need to talk about this final. We have to analyze it now, so just let's take it back to the main court for a second. Now, what are your thoughts around the final match tomorrow? I don't want to do any favorites or predictions, but I'm going to have to because I know that you are an analyst who knows exactly what he's doing. You've got two teams, bottom of the PSL, and now they're facing off in a final. Clearly, anything can happen.
Yeah, I've been in studio for the games, the PSL games leading up to this, and watched the two teams very closely. And there's a couple of sub-stories leading up to this final. Just recently, TTM beat Kaizer Chiefs with a last-minute winning goal, which subsequently allowed them to jump Chippa United in the league. So, but having said that, Chippa in their last league game beat TTM. So there's certainly psychological blows every step, leading up to this final, which just is going to make the finale even more enthralling.
So are you saying Chippa or TTM, Matthew?
Look, on form and looking at some of the players involved, I'm really looking at two players in particular from TTM, Ndlondlo and Ngema, who have been really impressive in the TTM midfield. And if they can get that engine running at TTM, I think they're going to take the final.
I'm so glad I got that out of you. I know you were a bit apprehensive, but I got it. TTM. All right. So here we go. Game on. I want to thank both of you. Matthew, thanks a lot for just being a part of this campaign and also giving us that analysis ahead of the final. We are super excited. And to you, Bully, to you and your team at Nedbank, we just want to say thank you for bringing football to the fans and also making sure that there's a purpose and a meaning behind the football as we get to help our communities as well. So thank you very, very much for this entire campaign.
Thanks, Carl.
Yes, no worries.
So, Chippa United versus TTM tomorrow, 6 p.m. They'll battle it out for the Nedbank Cup trophy. And, of course, you have to make sure you catch all the action. And do remember your mouth vuvuzela for the game.
Oh, you can make my day.
yes, indeed, you're still keeping it locked right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, if you ever thought that Dynamite don't come in small packages, well, think again. Born into a family that dances, that are creatives, and like to move and shake, this mother-daughter duo is definitely one of a kind, competing all over South Africa as a freestyle dancer. Young Shaylin and her mother, Ashley Moore, is in studio this morning to tell us a bit more about her journey. A very good morning to both of you.
Guys. So good to connect. You look awesome. You look ready to crush it, to smash it. And good to see you.
Oh,
we go way back.
Yeah, way back.
And I love the fact that there is a generational love of dance being passed on. She is a rock star dancer and she is so young. Do you prefer Shaylin or Shay? What do we call you?
Shay.
Shay. Boom, Shay. I love that. How do you create a little rock star dancer like this? I know there are a lot of parents out there who would love to see their kids having as much fun as Shay is having when she's doing this, and obviously achieving as much as she is. How do you get this balance right?
Well, when you're born into it, you pretty much
You don't have a choice.
You're going full steam ahead because, I mean, she was born and she was put in, well, when I was even pregnant, I was carried on training.
Moving, yeah.
And I was out here and she was in my tummy listening to music and hearing me shout 5, 6, 7, 8, do it again. She knows. So she sort of came into this earth with thinking 5, 6, 7, 8, do it again. So she's completely born and bred, and it's all of her. It's all of her when you think about it. As well as she can do other things as well, acting and singing. And acting she's pushing hard now with, but she's doing very well with her dancing. And she enjoys it.
Clearly, yeah.
And you say born into it, so obviously you have a background in dancing. You look phenomenal. Tell us a bit more about your background into the entertainment space.
Well, my mom is Dynamo Dance World. It was Dynamo Dance World. It doesn't exist anymore, but it existed since 1957. It started in 1957. My mom was born into the dancing, and my whole family. And then she opened a studio. Well, she wasn't born into it. She actually, you know, I have to tell you something, which people would be quite shocked to even know this, but my mom started dancing because she got polio.
Wow.
And yeah, and very few people know that. And then the doctor said, you know, your daughter must start to dance. She needs to have muscle strength. She needs to
density,
have density, and she needs to have range, and she needs to be able to. So she started dancing, and that's where she started. She grew with the love of dancing, and then. At 18 years old, she decided to have a studio, and she had a studio since 1957. It's old. It was an old studio. But it's recently just been sold, but my mom, when I tell you, she has been in the industry of dance for very many years. And then when I came along, I was into it as well. But she's only recently, like only a month or a year ago, or 2 years ago or so, two years ago, I'd say, she sold it. So she was born into it. So when she came out, she was just straight away into the studio.
She came out on 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Shay, I'm glad that you're embracing other art forms as well, but dance is a beautiful thing. I mean, I got to just taste it on Strictly, and it's just so liberating. It just feels so good to be able to do it. What do you enjoy about dancing? Why have you embraced it? I know you didn't have a choice, but why do you love it so much?
It's just, you can just let, you can let everything out. It's just your feelings and everything. It's just amazing.
I love
Shay, I didn't get to ask you this, but how old are you?
I am 8 years old, turning 9.
8 years old, and I'm sure there's a lot of children out there watching you now. How do you find a balance between being an 8-year-old, being a dancer, now also finding your feet into the acting space? And I heard you sing a little bit as well. So how do you find a
Triple
balance?
threat.
Well, it's, I'm not actually sure.
You just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Okay, now let's go do that and then do that. Just gotta have fast.
So what's the goal? If you could choose to be anything when you grow up, I know you're still very, very, very early in your career. What do you dream of being when you're older?
Like a star, like an actor, a singer, a dancer, a star.
You already are a star. Just looking at you, you are a star. And Mom, you're also very involved in this. Do you call yourself a dance momager?
Are you a momager?
I'm a momager. Dance momager. No, well, I am when it comes to dancing, and I'm a dance mom acting mom thing. I've just covered the board because she really is talented at everything this child touches. Is really, whether it's school, she's at Colomane School in Germiston, and whether it's acting, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing. Singing we haven't pushed that much into.
How often do you train? What goes into being a competitive dancer?
About literally every day almost.
Wow.
A lot of work, a lot of work.
Definitely. And also believe at the age of 4 you became a South African champion freestyle dancing. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, it's very, 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 very hard. It's a lot of work and it's super fun. It's absolutely super duper fun. I loved it. I had so much fun.
You are already such a star, but what is next for you? Ashley, maybe you can weigh in as well. Is there any other competitions that we should be looking out for?
What's the next big
step?
hurdle? Yeah.
Next big thing is on the 8th of May. It's the Discorama. It's run by my mom. But it's a fantastic competition. It's also 30 years old, and she's going to be doing the Discorama on the 8th.
It is so cool to have you here. I think you're going to inspire a lot of young people today. So thank you so much for blessing us with your talent. And in just a moment, we're going to give Shay the opportunity to show you what she does. To flaunt what her mama gave her. We know this because she is representing generations of talent who have given so much to the dance industry here in South Africa. And it is so awesome to see that torch being handed on. Shay will be performing in just a moment. Stick around.
Oh, well, listen, I have 2 words to describe that mom-daughter duo, and that is juicy kaboom.
Boom! Boom!
Maynard, it's a juicy kaboom!
Kaboom! And I mean, that's the energy in studio this morning. Obviously, it's a Friday energy and it's so good. So we've been booming. This is with Maynard in studio, and we've been celebrating their range of mouth-watering fruity gums. There are so many of them, as well as jellies with you. And by hosting an epic competition where you stand the chance to win big cash prizes this morning. And we'll be calling one lucky contestant to win big live on air. But first, we have to recap.
That's right. So this week, we asked you to share your first memory of enjoying Maynard's sweets. Now, Juanita Wichmann had this to say: I remember when my mom used to bring home these sour balls when I was a kid. My sister and I used to see how many of these balls we could fit into our mouths without spitting them out and see if we could handle the sour hashtag juicy kaboom.
Boom!
There we go.
Boom! So we have Juanita Wichmann on the line, and we are ready for her to win some cash. Hello, Juanita.
Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Zoe.
Morning, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, and yourself?
Very good.
Lekker.
Are you ready to win some money?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how the game works. You will be able to choose between myself and Carl to play the Maynard's hashtag Juicy Kaboom game. You will then need to tell us which bucket we should aim for in order to win a prize. As you can see, there's 1,500, 1,000, and there's buckets with no prize money attached to it. Then we will try our best to throw the ball into the bucket in order to secure a cash prize for you to win, and we will keep on throwing until we land in one of these buckets. Once the ball lands in the bucket, the prize is determined and announced depending on which bucket the ball lands in. So, Juanita, the big question now is, which prize are you eyeing?
The 1,500 Rand red bucket.
Oh, yes. I mean, how do you know?
Bucket. There we go. Now, the next question is, who would you like to play on your behalf, myself or Carl Wasty?
Carl.
Carl.
Oh, really?
No pressure,
oh, my
Carl.
Word. You know what? Can I just sidebar you for a second,
This is the
though?
bucket to aim
Zoe was
for.
dreading playing. I really wanted you to pick Zoe, but it's okay. I'm going to do what I
if you
can.
want to win, you have to... don't choose me.
What? Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Count
I
it
am.
down. I'll count Carl down. 3, 2,
So what are we going for?
1. No pressure. You have to go for the red bucket
Okay.
with 1,500.
Let's see.
Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. Keep going.
The rest.
Ooh.
The rest,
It's
the
in
rest.
the rest.
The rest. The rest. The rest.
Ish.
Oh,
Almost there.
Almost. There.
It's a juicy kaboom!
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
Are you happy with the outcome?
Yes, I am.
I love you, Juanita. I'll do anything for you. Any bucket. Any one of them.
You just got it in.
Your back. Okay. Right. Congratulations.
There we go. That 1,500 rand is yours. Any plans on how you're going to spend it?
My birthday's in a couple of weeks' time, so yeah, it's gonna spoil myself.
Oh, well, listen, happy birthday for then. Congratulations. And remember, you can always make it a juicy, you can make it fruity, and you can make it a hashtag juicy kaboom.
Kaboom!
Whoa.
It's a juicy kaboom! Maynard's, it's a juicy kaboom!
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here in S3.
Kaboom!
Kaboom! I enjoyed that.
Man.
It was fun.
It's nice winning stuff for other people, eh? But
Yes.
it's nerve-wracking, eh?
You know, that's the thing. I was actually worried when I got to the third ball. I thought it was not going to work, and then the fourth ball went in.
So
I
was
like, yes, it's
Juanita,
in.
man.
That's
So
it.
was
I know.
Juanita.
She was like, oh, I should have picked Zoe. I got it. We understand.
But great job there. Well done, Juanita. But lest we forget, it is Mother's Day on Sunday. We've been having a lot of fun, reveling in the joy of what it is to have a mama, to love our mama, and of course everything we put them through. And we posted a really interesting, a dangerous question.
It is dangerous, right?
Dangerous, man. How far are you willing to take it? So we asked you guys, what is something that your mother doesn't know about you?
All right, so Palesa's first. Now, Palesa, I feel like we started nice and slow. Palesa said she doesn't know that I'm short-tempered. Because obviously with your mom, you're not going to reveal that to her. Not at all. You're not going to...
There's no back chat.
And, yeah. If there's back chat, there's a backhand.
Oh.
Yeah, clearly.
Ooh, I like this one. Mahaba, be real, says my mom doesn't know that I have a tattoo. A bad tattoo, though. I really don't know what I was thinking. Well, now the whole world knows, Mahaba.
Okay. And then, of course, his love. Best name on Facebook. That I'm a neat freak, and that some of her habits drive me crazy.
Oh,
but it's honesty. It's
yeah, it's honest. And then we got one more coming through from Versha saying she doesn't know that I am a person.
Yes. We know a lot of persons. Like Zoe's a person's person.
Are you a person?
I'm a person, of course.
You are a person, and Zoe really is a person with those important people's news items right now.
With persons.
Personally.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, it's now 7 o'clock. Let's look at those national headlines. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has told Parliament that the Gauteng e-toll saga would finally be resolved in a fortnight's time. Mbalula said he would make the announcement after the approval of the plan by Cabinet. The e-toll saga has been a hot potato for some time now because of resistance by civil society, trade unions, and even the Gauteng government having sympathy with motorists. And staying with local news, a cheetah has escaped from the Rietvlei Nature Reserve, apparently through a hole that smaller animals had dug under a fence. The city of Tshwane said an endangered wildlife trust team was attempting to capture the cheetah, which escaped on Tuesday. A veterinary surgeon is on standby to tranquilize the animal when spotted. The cheetah has a neck collar that emits signals for tracking purposes, and visitors to the nature reserve and residents in surrounding areas have been requested to be vigilant. And now moving to news abroad, Somalia said yesterday it was restoring diplomatic relations with neighboring Kenya almost 6 months after severing ties after accusing Nairobi of meddling in politics. Relations between the countries have also been tense over the ownership of potential oil and gas deposits, some of which lie off the coast of Jubaland, one of Somalia's 5 semi-autonomous states. Kenya's foreign ministry said that it had taken note of the Somali government's announcement. And the World Health Organization, the WHO, yesterday warned of a new wave of COVID-19 infections in Africa due to delayed vaccine supplies, a slow rollout, and new variants. The Africa Bureau of the WHO said new variants, such as the ones that emerged in India and South Africa, could unleash a third wave on the continent. Africa now accounts for only 1% of vaccine doses administered globally, down from 2% a few weeks ago, as other regions rollouts are progressing much faster. And next, celebrating one of SA's finest internationally known brands. And now, let's raise a glass to International Sauvignon Blanc Day, celebrated all over the world today, the 7th of May. After all, Sauvignon Blanc is not only our country's best-selling wine variety, but also its most exported varietal, and this one of SA's finest internationally known brands. Sauvignon Blanc South Africa, as the ambassador for the cultivar, invites all Sauvignon Blanc lovers to join in SA's hashtag #SauvBlanc Day, celebrating this weekend. Now, to kick them off, various wine industry members, as well as celebrities and members of the media, came together for 2 days to hashtag celeb bowling at the Stellenbosch Bowling Club. Now, yes, we've guessed it, that's lawn bowling with a glass of Sauvignon Blanc in hand. Also this weekend, Sauvignon Blanc fans can expect special promotions, food and wine pairings, as well as interesting activities at various wine destinations, such as a Sauvignon Blanc masterclass, a vineyard fun run, an oyster pairing, an exotic orchard exhibition, a Sauvignon Blanc inspired tapas, a Sauvignon Blanc aromas experience, and a terrier-driven tasting, to mention but a few. So be sure to catch all of the action with the hashtag #SauvBlanc Day celebrations. Well, on that very happy note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's quickly take another look at your sport.
Well, another reason on the rugby front to get excited. Wales great Alan Wynne-Jones has been named as captain of the British and Irish Lions tour. That's for their forthcoming tour, obviously, to South Africa. The very experienced Wales captain is, in fact, the most capped player of all time, having played in 148 tests for the Dragons and then 9 for the Lions. And Warren Gatland will lead the British and Irish Lions once again on his 3rd tour as head coach. Then staying with local rugby, Springbok number 8 and talisman for the Bulls, Dwayne Vermeulen, returns for the side in their Pro 14 Rainbow Cup clash. That's up against the Stormers at the Stormers' new home, the Cape Town Stadium. The 34-year-old will resume the captaincy as Nizam Khan drops down to the bench. Then Sharks coach Sean Everett, he's named an unchanged starting 11 for the clash against the Lions at Kings Park tomorrow. Kickoff for the match between the Sharks and the Lions is at 4 p.m. and then the Stormers and Bulls will go head-to-head straight after that at 6:15. A little further afield, Super Rugby. Really high stakes action this weekend. Super Rugby Aotearoa and the Australian domestic competition will conclude this weekend with the top teams fighting it out for their respective trophies. So in New Zealand, defending champions, the Crusaders will be the favourites up against the Chiefs. That's in the Aotearoa final in Christchurch at 9:05 in the morning tomorrow. And then the Reds will host the Brumbies in an AU final repeat of last year's final, in fact. And that's playing out at the Suncorp Stadium at 11:45 tomorrow. And bringing Bringing it back home for football action. Premier Soccer League action continued last night with Orlando Pirates bouncing back from their midweek defeat, recording a 3-0 win over Black Leopards at the Orlando Stadium. A brace by Teko Fatso Mabasa and a late strike from Frank Mango sealing the victory for the Buccaneers. That now moves them up to 4th place on the PSL table. Now, with the Cup action happening this weekend, there's only going to be one PSL fixture this weekend as TS Galaxy face Mamelodi Sundowns, and that's at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Now, speaking of that Cup action, it's a big one for both sides involved. Chakuma Chab Mazivandila and Chipper United debutants in the finals. They gear up for the Nedbank Cup final taking place tomorrow. So TTM, who stunned Mamelodi Sundowns in their semi-final clash, they'll be looking to make history as the first team from Limpopo to win the title. That Nedbank Cup final will take place at the Free State Stadium. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Then on to last night's action in Europe. Despite a 3-2 defeat to Roma last night, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United, they've booked their place in the UEFA Europa League final. The Red Devils advancing on an 8-5 aggregate thanks to that massive 6-2 scoreline in the first leg. So after a goalless draw against Arsenal last night, Villarreal have also done it. They're through to the final thanks to a 2-1 aggregate. And the Europa League final between Man United and Villarreal will take place at the Gdansk, Poland stadium on the 26th of May. That's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's get another look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
Thanks a lot to all of you that have sent through your sunrise views with us this week. We thank you so much. And I mean, we love seeing you start your day. We kick off your 7 a.m. update with a stunning image from one of our favorite persons, Tokozo Theo Makatini from Joburg, showing the skyline scattered with blues, reds and oranges. Joburg can expect a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. Another regular, Nancy Governor, good morning to you from Unkamas, KZN. Share this beautiful view with us. Today will be a humid day for the area, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. If you would like to see your sunrise pictures featured during one of our weather updates, it's really simple. Just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to share your photo and, of course, location with us to be featured. So we appreciate all of our viewers, including our growing international audience who tune in via YouTube and the Africa channel. So if you are based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, this weather update is just for you. Tulsa is situated on the Arkansas River, and this is between the Osage Hills as well as the foothills of the Ozark Mountains in northeast Oklahoma, a region of the state known as Green Country. Today you can expect a partly sunny day with a thunderstorm in 1 or 2 spots in the afternoon. A max of 23 degrees Celsius will be reached. On to some other news of a spacey variety. Some space news is that the US SpaceX company is progressing step by step in developing its novel Starship rocket. The latest prototype has just completed a successful high-altitude ascent and landing. The 4 previous test artifacts all ran into trouble as they went through their touchdown maneuvers, ultimately destroying themselves in the process. But the latest prototype had no such difficulty, making a tidy, controlled return to the ground at SpaceX's R&D facility in Texas in the US. There's considerable interest in the Starship concept that now NASA has chosen it to land astronauts on the moon later this decade. SpaceX CEO, that is Elon Musk, believes the new 50-meter tall Starship can do it all, bigger and better, and not just from Earth to the moon. He says the technology will get people to Mars and in the not too distant future as well. So big stuff coming through from our skies, but of course what's happening in your skies over your area. Let's get into those temperatures. Polokwane, I'll start with you. 9 to 23. Bombela, 14 to 26 today. Pretoria, 11 to 23. Johannesburg, you can expect 21 as your max from a low of 11. Mahikeng, 10 to 24. Klerksdorp, 8, and that rises to 20. Thunder showers in the area, about a 41% chance. Kimberley, 7 to 22. Thunder showers too, 40% chance for you. Bloemfontein, 6 to 20. Also thunder showers. Richards Bay, 17 to 26. Pietermaritzburg can expect 11 this morning and to a high of 25. Durban, you'll be 17 to 26. Mthatha, 9 to 22 today. East London, 15 the low to a high of 26. Cradock, 8 to 24. Gqeberha, 14 to 22 for you with a 51% chance of thunder showers. George, 14 to 20. Cape Town, 14 to 18. Worcester, that's 10, and that will rise to 17, a 78% chance of rain if it's not raining already. Sutherland, 6 to 14, and wrapping up with you, Uppington, as always, 10, rising to 26 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of the temperatures for now. Another update to follow a little later. Plus, if you want to send through your Expresso beautiful sunrise pictures, go to the Facebook page and post them up there as we get into some dance moves from one of the young talents to look out for, Shaylin Moore.
Now, time to be inspired. 8, soon to be 9-year-old Shaylin Moore is an incredible dancer. She is just discovering her talent, albeit she won her first essay title when she was only 4 years old. She is a freestyle dancer who has designs on an incredible career. She can also act, she can sing, she can do it all. But right now, she is going to show you her love of freestyle dance. And this is something that will hopefully inspire you and your children. You will be blown away. Take it away, girl.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying 'cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you. But I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. Oh, and I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Just bass in your face.
Shaylin Moore, take a bow. That was superb. Well done. I mean, never mind the fitness that is involved. That was incredible. The conditioning, the athleticism. You are amazing. Thank you so much for giving us just a little taste of what you are capable of. You are just phenomenal. Hopefully that inspired you guys at home. Hopefully you have been inspired to look at the world in a slightly different way and really appreciate the talent of young people in this country. And of course, we want to hear from you. You can let us know what you felt about that performance. Are you inspired this morning? Connect with us on our social media pages. We'd love to hear from you. Well done, Shay.
Only you can make my day.
Holly Brown. Yes. They're clean.
Is it thick or is it?
Can you have a seat?
I can hear you.
Confirm, class, I confirm.
Can you hear Vardy?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We are awake. Good morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on S3. JP Sebastian, he is here, and we are talking all things, in fact, movies releasing today. You're looking nice in your green.
I'm a massively unhealthy person.
Why are you saying that?
My air guitar just gave me a cramp in my thigh.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's because you've been watching a lot of movies and movie trailers. So the first one we are actually unpacking that's releasing today is Love, Sarah, which is also all the sweet
I'm going to do some weird sort of like pose from Drag Race or something because I'm just stretching this. I'm just relaxing in South Africa. Love, Sarah, these are big screen releases today. These aren't just fancy trailers that are coming up months from now, etc., etc. Love, Sarah. Fan of Notting Hill, you are, obviously. Yes. Everyone deserves some feel-good right now, and Love, Sarah is it.
Some romance, a little bit of drama.
Maybe there's a bit of that, I think, for one of the characters. So the story is that this young lady, well, firstly, you're watching right now, and it's, I think, one of the British Bake Off winners, Candace someone. Anyway, she's this character who passes away, and she's a mother to a daughter who feels lost and lives on the street and can't sort of figure out her own life, and who you're looking at there at the moment. And she is daughter to the grandmother of this lost girl who seems to have this very tense sort of relationship. Did they forgive each other? Did they not forgive each other? The person who just passed away. Anyway, that very complex, weird description I just gave all aside, it is a multi-generational coming together of people trying to sort through who was this person who just passed away, what did they mean to us, did we say our goodbyes the way we wanted to, and they do all of this through starting the dream bakery that the mother wanted to start while she was still with them.
Okay.
And so it's three people who know nothing of this sort of thing, the daughter, the grandmother, and the best friend of the recently departed, and they come up sort of to this therapeutic place of baking. I think so many people are thinking of this kind of thing, like during the time that we've gone through. Half of you probably want to start coffee shops and bakeries.
Well, a lot of people were baking banana bread and, like, I mean, playing around. We had time to spend time in our kitchens, so it's quite special.
A lot of people find it cathartic, I think. Like, there's something special about how people obviously bond over food. I'm being very cliche, but you get it, and this is where all the feel-good comes from, is that these folks who previously were so distant from each other get their hands dirty, knead through the emotions, and find a fitting love for Sarah, the dear departed. So a rom-com, a bit of the schmaltzy romance that you're looking for.
A little bit of drama. This is going to be a tearjerker.
Hopefully, I do hope so. But this comes out today, and with Mother's Day coming up, hey, probably a good bet.
There we go. Well, that is Love, Sarah releasing on the big screens today. And now the next one is an Angelina Jolie movie, which I'm very excited about. For Those Who Wish Me Dead. That's the title of the movie.
That sounds like a clapback on social media. So you're a fan of social media,
I saw the trailer. I love Angelina Jolie, and I feel like, especially here in Cape Town, we've just gone through a massive fire around Rhodes Memorial, UCT. It kind of hits home a little bit.
And it's weird that it's like the first time people are being sort of surprised by, and pleasantly, fortunately, female firefighters who put in as much of the work as male firefighters, desperately keeping all of us safe. Angelina Jolie is this character. You're seeing flashbacks now of her trying to find redemption. She possibly feels like she failed her team in a fight that went bad. But she had to make a hard decision, etc., etc. So this old story of, I was just doing my job, but I can't live past the pain of, did I let them down? Did I lose friends who I could have saved? I should have been on the front line with them. And she gets this chance to redeem herself here when, as these things go, wildfire happens as a child is trying to escape murderers that he witnessed. So yeah, maybe it seems a bit contrived, but it's an action movie. What do you want?
It is an action movie. I mean,
Tyler Perry and what's his name? John Bernthal, very scary dude. Usually people might remember from Fury. He was an absolute creep in that. Nicholas Hoult, who was the mad dude in Mad Max, well, one of, I suppose, hundreds of mad dudes. And Aidan Gillen, people might know as Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Dude, he deserves so many more roles. He's such a good actor. Angelina Jolie, too, of course. And written by Taylor Sheridan. Now, why that's important is this is the guy who wrote Sicario. This is the guy who wrote Hell or High Water. So he has a good way of pacing tension, of making sort of revenge and things like that feel cosmic and large.
And keep you on the edge of your seat.
When you've got the elements on one side and when you've got assassins on the other, I'm pretty sure this will do the job for you. Yeah, so I have absolute trust in that director, and Angelina Jolie returns to her sort of speed of Lara Croft Tomb Raider here, but with a bit more of a sophisticated edge. Sophisticated is the word, JP.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Those Who Wish Me Dead is the movie's name. It's in the big screens today alongside Love, Sarah. JP's not going anywhere. You've got a movie to review for us, yes?
If you say so, not to my knowledge.
Well, listen, this is JP Sebastian on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Always the one that knows all the things with movies, movie trailers, and all of the latest when it comes to blockbusters.
I'll be here for you.
What you got to do, you got to take a burning pine cone.
Yeah.
Burning pine cone.
And
around the tree.
Wow, that's like a mixture of Wanted and firefighter movie.
Man, I'm ready for that movie. I love it. Being immersed in a film, great escape from reality. But now it's time to get back into it, back down onto the ground. Did you know what I think one of the hardest things to talk about? Undoubtedly, money.
Indeed.
And if you're not ready to talk about money, well, Nedbank is.
Okay, well, let's talk. I mean, this Wednesday, they took over Sandton Drive in Johannesburg, who had a striking exhibition that forced people in traffic to stop, look, and reflect. And trust me, you're going to want to see this.
What? Stop, look,
and reflect.
I woke up in Joburg this morning, and right now I am on Sandton Drive. It's the morning. It's peak hour traffic. Nedbank have completely managed to get us all so shook. They're stopping traffic, literally. They've got some designer clothes over there, some luxury goods there, as well as a expensive luxury designer car over there. The most important question they're asking this morning is, blow it or grow it? Some food for thought. You have stopped traffic so many times this morning. Everyone just wanting to know what's going on. You're saying blow it or grow it. What's Nedbank trying to tell us this morning?
So we really, as a brand, want South Africans to think about how they spend their money. You'll see we've got 3 exhibits here. There's a very fancy, luxurious car. There's a night out on town, and there's a fancy closet over there. Things we all would love to and we aspire to, South Africans. But we actually want South Africans to think about how they actually spend their money, because I think some of the choices that we make compromise our long-term sort of money management habits, and we really want people to be conscious about the decisions that they make when they spend their money. Would you grow it or would you blow it?
Oh, something to think about. Lots of food for thought there. But it's very important. Money conversations are important at any time of our life stage. But there's a specific reason you have chosen to speak to South Africans during this time. Why now?
Look, we all know South Africa's been through a very tough time because of COVID and because of lockdown. But even before that, we know that our spending habits as a country, and I say we because all of us are, part of, sort of the problem, are not exactly the best way for us to be able to manage our money in the long term. The stats are scary. 2 out of 3 South Africans spend more than they earn. We see 1 out of 3 South Africans losing money in pyramid schemes, which are quick and easy. People think that I'll make money quickly, but they lose their money. Through COVID, those stats have become even more difficult. They've become even more severe. So for us, it's so important to have this conversation now. So when we did the Secrets campaign 2 years ago, we really were encouraging South Africans to talk about money, because we know that people struggle to actually talk about money. They can talk about a lot of things. 2 years later, with the situation as it is because of COVID, we actually want people individually to reflect on their choices. And the thing is, it's so easy to say, I do think about my money, I do think about budgeting, but actually do you? Are you conscious about the the steps that you take? Are you conscious about the decisions that you make and how you spend your money? We hope that this exhibition will actually help people to start to do that.
Kenzie, what you've been able to do really well today is encourage us to stop in traffic and look at all of this fabulous stuff you've got on here. The big question then is, how does Nedbank help me better plan for my long-term goals financially?
So here's the thing. It's not a bad thing to spend, but as long as it's within your means, as long as you can afford it. I think a lot of times we take pressure externally in terms of what we should spend and how we should spend. And I hope that, you know, for people as they see this, they start to question those choices. But you can't take out a loan to fill up this closet. That makes
but come
no
on,
sense.
these clothes and shoes are nice. Come on, Kenzie.
No, if you can't afford it, just wait. That's actually what we're trying to challenge
but
people.
you are making a statement, and you've done so in the most incredible way. I mean, this is expressive, and it really does drive that message home. But how is Nedbank then going to help me do that? Make better financial decisions for the long term?
We've got a number of products and services that really help people. So firstly, we'll be launching a financial education platform called Money Edge. Money Edge, so you know, we always think, I never got taught how to budget by my parents. So you know what I mean? So Money Edge will have basic things like teaching you how to budget. It'll teach you about compound interest. We've got transactional accounts that are much more affordable than potentially our competitive set. We've got products like Youth X for young people. So really, if you just take a moment to step back, think about your money choices, chat to us as a bank, because we do have, I think, the right products and services to help you navigate what I believe will be a better future for yourself in terms of making money decisions.
Okay, so I'm gonna whisper to this bag because my sister has been eyeing it and sending me pictures of it. You've got a bit of whispering yourself to do for all the people at home right now who want to know a few things from you about their money. You do it.
Look, I think in itself, spending is not a bad thing. I think the message from us as a bank is that you must spend within your means. If you need to take a loan to help you achieve your long-term goals, that's absolutely the right thing to do, and we support that. But if you need to take a loan for things that are potentially not things that you can afford and potentially don't help you in terms of your long-term aspirations and dreams, maybe you need to take a step back and say, maybe I shouldn't spend my money like that. So we need to think about our money choices and think about, would we rather grow it or blow it?
Okay, so I guess now after this little lecture you've just given me, Kenzie, I have to think about whether I want to blow it or grow it. The couple of thousands needed for this. Okay, growing it. I wonder if all these people driving past looking at this car are still daydreaming about buying a car they can't afford. Well, I know I'm having second thoughts. It's time to grow it, man. Blow it, grow it, blow it, grow it, blow it, grow it. Ask yourself those two questions the next time you're about to make a financial decision. That'll help you decide and see for yourself if you're doing it for you or to impress others. Of course, we all like nice things. And yes, you should spoil yourself and get yourself some nice things only if you can afford to. But it's all about planning for the future. Start thinking long term. Nedbank has all the tools available. Let's all retire happily and healthily. Grow it!
That guy.
That guy, man. Blow it or grow it? What a question Nedbank has put to us this morning, and I suppose as we head into the weekend, probably more pertinent now. A good time to think about that question and to make sure that we are making responsible choices.
And the thing is, yes, we need to all live our best lives. I mean, that goes without saying, but let's do so within our means.
Don't be a blower, be a grower.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, Nallis, Nallis, Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injeke if your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here in S3. My name's Carl, this is Graham, and we cannot wait to celebrate one of the most important days in the world. It is your birthday!
Happy birthday, have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Wow, get it. Feel it in your bones. Goodness gracious, it is your birthday. Well, hopefully it's your birthday today, and that time of the day that we absolutely love, where we wish you, our viewers, a very, very happy birthday. So happy birthday to Marlene, to Chesney Clark, to Carl Titus, and Hoots. These videos have been sent through by people who love you to the moon and back. Take a look.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. God bless me today. God bless me today. God bless me and keep me. God bless me always.
Morning, Expresso! Hi, this is Marvin Titus. I just want to wish my brother happy 21st birthday. But to my baby brother Carl Titus, may I have an awesome day, my brother.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
That's a birthday. I love that.
Oh,
and also to that guy with that incredible name, Carl. Wow.
Carl, hey?
Yes, really amazing. So, so do you remember we're running a weekly competition where you can win yourself $500 in cash for celebrating your birthday? All you need to do is send in your birthday dance moves on WhatsApp to 071-640-6551 to enter. And best dance moves wins.
Simple as that. You can find terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Now, now cupcake.
Yes, please. Yes.
Cupcake?
Talk to me, cupcake. Yeah.
My little cup. No, I mean
Yes.
cupcakes.
Oh, cupcakes.
Actually, we're going to make. No, these aren't just cupcakes. Okay, you'll understand what I mean. These are cupcakes.
Yes.
Please.
The World Cup.
Please
of
make
cupcakes.
us a cupcake, gang.
Oh, well, listen, we are in the kitchen and we are also going to be celebrating not only Mother's Day, and if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, but of course it is Mother's Day, which is the big focus for this coming Sunday. Chef Clem, I am loving what I'm seeing in front of me. I'm looking at delicious cupcakes, and Woolies have brought out these sprinkled cupcakes where you really just get to add that little bit of personality to your cupcake.
And they are so much fun because it's not just a cupcake you take out and you eat. Yes, you can, but they also come with these amazing sprinkles that you can add. And it's kind of like just adding your final touch to the cupcake. So you've played a part, you've done your role, and these cupcakes are so good.
So we're doing a decoration and a tasting, because if I look here, we've got the milk tart cupcakes.
Right. So
we have got the berry swirl cupcakes, as well as the chocolate caramel cupcake.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with the milk tart one.
Okay.
I'm going to cut into it. It's got a milk tart custard center.
Ooh.
And then it's got milk tart mousse on top.
Ooh.
And then a vanilla cupcake. And it's all, oh, by the way,
You have to
love
cut
this,
it open.
Love this. Free range eggs, cream, the real deal. These
and that's
are
the difference.
Okay, so
there we go.
Let's open it up. That's
Ooh. I hope you can see that. And then when you put the sprinkles on.
Let me see. Cameraman says yes. Okay, put the sprinkles on. So it's got a caramel and cookie sprinkle. To be told, I'll probably just end up eating the sprinkles as a little snack before I eat my
Imagine
cupcake.
serving this with ice cream and then just sprinkle. Oh gosh, we are ruining diets this weekend.
How are we gonna do this? Are you gonna grab half? I'm gonna grab half.
I'll grab half.
Because we can't take big bites because we got to talk some more. Okay.
Okay, so we have got, look at that. That is the caramel, the milk tart mousse. Okay, I'm gonna take a small bite. How do I bite?
It's so good. Word of advice, if you start your day by eating cupcakes for breakfast, it's only going to get better.
Magical.
You should start your day with cupcakes every morning. Okay.
There we go.
Wow.
This is delicious.
If you love milk tarts, you're going to absolutely love that cupcake.
I love that it's very like, there's just constant texture to this cupcake.
The a dry cupcake is so sad. These are delicious. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I'm gonna be in a sugar eye. This is delicious. Okay, berry swirl.
Let's do the berry swirl.
It's got a beautiful jam center.
And of course, this one gets finished off with some meringue.
Meringue and little angel sprinkles. It is so delicious. Okay, are you fine to eat all these cupcakes?
Yeah, I'm just taking bites.
Okay, I'm gonna call in some help for the next one. I'm gonna call in some help for the next one. G, can you come in?
Graham, you're gonna try the berry swirl.
Stand by.
Okay, then I'm gonna finish the milk tart if I'm. I want to try the one too.
Okay.
Can I tell you something? I don't know if you did you get a sixth sense that you needed to call us in because I was about to distract you so that Carl could sneak in
I
around
think
that
Carl,
side.
come join us. Carl, Wasty, come join us.
We also should just look at even see it was a big kitchen. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm
Cut it 4 ways. We can all.
There we go. Okay.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna give this to the guys, the berry one. Should I?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, sorry. Ooh, the look on Zoe's face. Sorry.
Don't do that.
Thank you.
I'll take the whole
She got the
cupcake.
whole one.
Woo, girl.
It's got the jam center. It is magic. Okay.
Can you see the jam center?
Thank you. Oh my
can
word,
see
this
the
looks
jam
very
center.
nice, eh?
It's a very nice one.
Okay.
Did you
I
get
wanted to look
meringue
at
on
it.
there? Did you get enough meringue on there, bro?
Okay, Chef Clem, we also get one.
And you put the whole
Oh, we
thing in.
do.
What do you do?
We're all just going crazy. We forgot the cameras are actually running. We're just eating cupcakes.
What cameras?
Right now.
I'm
It
gonna
is
steal that
so.
part.
Look, we're
There we
big
go.
kids, right?
Where's the
You're
meringue?
wicked.
Meringue. Oh,
This is how much fun
meringue
it is.
Oh, I love the little berry coulis center bit.
Sorry, what? What's that?
did you just say very coolie? Just asking for a friend.
What is
Asking for a friend. That jam on the inside is absolutely
it? What
delicious.
is the jam?
Okay.
Berry jam.
Oh my.
The next one is the chocolate and
good.
caramel. Beautiful. Okay, when it comes to chocolate cake in general, you need decadence, you need moisture, and you need that rich chocolate flavor. This one has it. Tick, tick, tick. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay.
It's got
Okay.
hidden caramel center.
Whoa.
It's got a chocolate mousse on top, and then more caramel mousse on top. And it comes with these chocolate sprinkles. Again, these
yes.
are so delicious.
I'm sorry, that meringue on the berry swirl,
Right?
that is special.
It's
Yeah.
the spot, hey?
Okay.
So what's quite cool is when you buy your little cupcakes, the little sprinkles are there in the middle. So when you serve them, it's really easy to make it look
Right.
Extra
Professional.
zhuzh.
Yes.
Remember? The zhuzh. That's
The
the word.
zhuzh.
Zhuzh.
That's it. I mean, you serve it that way, you know, you present it on the
and-
plate and
I'm
just
gonna
If it's
drizzle.
going to be good
We've
enough
all-
for mama,
We're
it's
also gonna
got to
do
be, it's got to
Okay.
be zhuzh.
But we're going to eat it at the same time.
Okay.
We all sanitize and wash our hands.
But then
by
you're
the
going to
way.
have to
Yes.
cut yourself half there. You
Zoe's
can't-
got it.
I'm
Zoe's
cutting
on
it for us,
Okay.
don't worry.
Don't eat it yet. We can do this at the same time.
Thank you very much.
My cup
Okay, I'm ready.
Don't say I don't look after you, baby.
There's a serious, thank you,
Chef
Angel.
Clem, there you go.
Okay, same time.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
It's got a
Right.
caramel center.
Okay,
You can see
ready?
the center, right? The cameraman, Rudy, can you see the center?
Wow.
Oh, coming.
Okay, are we ready for-
Okay,
ready.
Petey.
Ready.
You see
Oh,
that
there we
center?
go. Oh,
It's
that looks
there.
good.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, go.
Why don't you and I just take a little walk together?
Oh, what I want this cupcake is a ringtone.
Oh,
Do you know what? It feels like I've just kissed myself.
wow.
Like,
Okay.
That's what everybody else wants to do anyway, Graham.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to enjoy all of these delicious cupcakes. Okay, Wasty, have your moment.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you stopped it there.
All right. Okay, you know what, South Africa, if we want you to actually get these cupcakes, film yourself eating these cupcakes.
Yeah.
Film yourself. Send the video to us, and I promise you, we will play this video live on air.
On Monday, on
Yes.
Monday morning.
Yes,
Get these
please.
cupcakes. Film yourself eating the cupcakes, and I promise you, we will play it live on air on Monday.
There we go.
Oh
And you
my
know what?
goodness.
These cupcakes are absolutely delicious. So if you do want to buy these delicious cupcakes or something else for your high tea table, you can always head on over to woolworths.co.za and spoil yourself and your loved ones this weekend, especially mom. Okay.
Love.
Okay. Are you okay there?
I'm just having a
moment.
moment. The cupcake got me all romantic. Happy Mother's Day.
I love you.
Thank you for always being the Mbokoto that you are.
Calling all South Africans to the front line. It's time to rally together to celebrate our bold pharmacy heroes who have put our safety on the top of their priority lists in 2020 and 2021. Join Adcock Ingram OTC's new season of Sponsors of Brave in showing our gratitude and thanking our pharmacy frontline heroes by nominating your local pharmacist, pharmacy assistant, or pharmacy who have gone the extra mile for all their customers. Nominate your local small pharmacy, retail pharmacy, or pharmacist who have shown what it means to be a frontline hero. By nominating your colleague, pharmacist, or yourself, you could stand a chance to win one of 8 5,000 Rand cash prizes. 2 of these featured nominees will win an exciting opportunity to pursue a passion project of their choice. 1 chosen by the votes, and 1 chosen by the Adcock Ingram OTC's Sponsors of Brave panel of judges. A passion project is the opportunity to give back to the community to the value of 25,000 Rand. Show some gratitude today with Adcock Ingram OTC's Sponsors of Brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, you must. Okay.
What's going on?
I was supposed to be studying for my prelim exam, which was science. And my mom was having a dinner party with all of her friends. And I wasn't in my room studying. I was sitting in her bedroom watching Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Belushi in Red Heat.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't study for that exam at all, Mom. I didn't.
So you're saying Arnold is the reason why you didn't get the best results possible?
Arnold is the reason why I failed miserably in that particular exam. No, it's a tough thing. You know, at least now my mom and I, we know each other, like, and she knows everything. But we put it to you guys. Is there something? What is that thing that your mom doesn't know about you?
Well, I can tell you, first off, when you look at the comments, I mean, personally, the way I eat cupcakes was a new thing for her.
She didn't know that.
That I am the most grateful person to have her in my life since I was born. Well, I believe that this Sunday is the day to tell her.
Tell her, man. Tariq saying she doesn't know that my cooking are better than hers.
Ooh, okay, well, I wouldn't tell her that if you want to be kept in the family.
Yeah, no, that one we'll keep to ourselves.
All right, then you got Olive Kobela saying she doesn't know that I took some of her perfumes.
But at least you smell lovely. Okay. And then Faz was saying, my mom knows everything about me. I tell her everything.
Oh, cute, man.
Very sweet, man. What does your mom not know about you?
Well, the cupcake thing. I think I frightened her on national TV.
So you can go back and watch the show.
Exactly.
Shocked.
I'll probably have a WhatsApp right now.
Like all of us. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Keep those comments coming. What does your mom not know about you? Let us know on our social media pages. But right now we continue to spoil and celebrate our moms.
Oh, well, listen, the spoiling continues, and there are so many ways to make mom feel super special this Mother's Day. But nothing is more special than the gift of your time. Homeware editor Danelle Weekly, she is here to show us how to create the best-looking high tea table for some quality time with mom. Danelle, it's always so good to have you here.
Thanks.
And I'm loving the spread in front of me. I'm looking at all these delicious cupcakes.
I know.
We've just tasted some. But what is the color scheme and the colors that you focused on?
So I went for lots of pastels, and the reason why I did that is because I like to bring the flowers and the cupcakes and meringues and things into the idea of the table decor so that everything kind of works together.
Okay.
So taking my cue from cupcakes and the cakes and the meringues and those sort of colors, I pulled the rest together. So you'll see lots of pastels, also lots of florals. Again, it matches with the flowers, but floral and botanical prints are such a big decor trend at the moment that there's such beautiful stuff, and it's the kind of thing that you'll use again and again. And I like a bit of a clash.
Okay. So I'm seeing a bit of a clash, but it's complementary. So our tablecloth, for example, has got your shades of blue and green and a little bit of brown to it. And then I see you've complemented it with these cute napkins.
I know, aren't the napkins beautiful? The indigenous flowers and things, I think they're gorgeous. There are a couple of different ones between Cape florals and watercolors and things like that, which I think are beautiful. And again, like if I keep rolling with the clashing ideas, I like to mix heights and also textures. So I've pulled in some organic wood, so there's a beautiful lifted cake stand and the platters are wood. There's some ceramics with the plates and these mega numbers, which I adore.
Those are soup
and
bowls,
then
right?
metallics.
Soup mugs.
I think for Mother's Day, they're allowed to be anything you want them to be. I would even serve little cupcakes in them or potentially use them as the largest mug of something with like sprinkles on top. Or
some hot chocolate.
It's a hot chocolate
Anything
mug.
Mom likes goes into
I
that
think
mug.
These are decadent.
I like that.
And then some metallics as well. So it really kind of
It's all
plays with
complimentary,
everything.
but it's also still so fun. Now, Mother's Day is all about, especially when it comes to a high tea, it's all about the cakes. So let's talk about the serving platters and the plates.
Okay. So for me, the drama is about a bit of height. So I love a lifted cake stand and I love a cloche. So something that you can whip off with a flourish.
And there's something about this see-through cloche that's just like, it makes everything just look so much like a
This
coffee
is
shop.
fancy, exactly.
Yes, fancy.
Even though I popped cupcakes underneath.
This is so cute. And I know this cake is from Woolies. It's one of those rainbow cakes.
I know, and I think that's so cute as well. Having like a little surprise inside the cake is also fun. So like rainbows or little sweets and things that kind of cascade out are glorious. I mean, the cupcakes are clearly not made by me, and neither is the cake. It's all Woolies, but I have picked together different packs so that they sit together in colours.
Okay.
Which I also like to do. It keeps the colour groupings nicely together on the table, so all the pinks are together. I pulled all of the chocolatey ones together under the cloche, and then all the pale colours and vanillas. So it also works with you can pretty much then use everything that you serve on the table as part of your colour palette for high tea.
This is so fun, and of course it is a high tea, so we've got our little teapot there,
Yes.
everything that you need for a high tea. Oh, anything here, if you could pick anything here for yourself right now, what would you pick? I'd definitely go for this.
The hot chocolate mug. I love a tray and I love a cake stand.
Okay,
So
I'll take the soup mug.
that would be, yours is a slightly easier escape.
There we go. Well, it's now also that time for us of the morning where we get to give one lucky viewer a 1,000 Rand Woolworths gift card. So can we get a drum roll, please, as we say congratulations to Nikki Bailey. Congratulations for winning. Here is the message she wrote and that she would like to share with her mother. I'm going to read it out. It says, "To my dearest mother, firstly, thank you for providing me for nearly 37 years. Thank you for always being there when I needed someone to talk to. Thank you for those moments when I needed to be put on my place. And thank you for everything you've done. Words cannot express how grateful I am. I'm truly blessed to have a wonderful mother like you. Hashtag Woolies Mother's Day." Congratulations. That 1,000 Rand gift card is yours. And we hope that you really get to enjoy it with your mom. And remember, it's all about the small gestures. Spoil your mom with gifts and treats for Mother's Day from Woolworths. They're available in store. You can shop online or on the Woolies app. Okay, I'm taking this. There we go. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show on S3. It's Expresso. Now, most of us are aware that the quickest and safest way for us to see the COVID-19 pandemic out is to achieve herd immunity by getting vaccinated. However, African countries will not have enough doses to vaccinate at least 60% of their populations, which is needed for the continent to defeat this pandemic this year. Up to 49 million more Africans may be pushed into extreme poverty in this year, and that's all due to the global crisis.
Yeah, it's a knock-on, a domino effect, and the worldwide organization that encourages social action by uniting change agents. We know them well. Global Citizen has embarked on a campaign which will hopefully result in a total of more than tens of millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses being committed to lower-income countries. We need parity and, of course, funds granted to fully finance the ACT Accelerator, which is a special focus on the COVAX program, an existing program designed to adjust that imbalance.
There we go. And as always, Global Citizen, they are uniting the world's biggest stars to bring attention to this important campaign with their Vax Live concert. And the weekend's action is being brought exclusively to Mzansi with a special broadcast right here on S3 on Sunday, the 9th of May at 9:30 p.m.
And when Zoe says star-studded, we mean it. Hosted by Selena Gomez, it's been chaired by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, obviously, and will feature performances and appearances by Jennifer Lopez, the Foo Fighters, J Balvin, Chrissy Teigen, Gayle King, and of course our very own Golden Girl, Nomzamo Mbata, and so many more.
Now open up to S3 to be educated and entertained by the world's best.
Talking about the best, I love super talents. And you know what? I want to ask you on an Expresso Friday dance. I always do this, but I have to. Move the coffee table. I want you to dance along. There's an incredible program that brings together so many primary schools. We're talking about Hillwood, Lavana, Prince George, and Steenberg Primary School together. And dance is such a great platform for these incredible talents to find their voice, find their rhythm, and of course, find their future, which is absolutely incredible. So remember, just get ready to dance behind me. We've also brought them on because they are my size. It's important to do that and level the playing field right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. This is the Mod program.
Woo!
Enjoy.
Come on!
The sun rises in the east, but it sets in the west.
I wake up and get bread. I don't give two fucks about what she said. Cause baby, the mob is how we live. So she just get beat like a spirit. Anyway, you go guarantee that they rockin' with soup. Only plan, don't bring it one, but then I brought back the crew and they all ready to go, ready to ride out. I just give the clump all night, I'm always down to my. I ain't hurt nobody, I'm just all about my private.
Big Chanty,
Baby boy, you stay on my mind, fulfill my fantasy.
Come on, girl,
tell me how you feel.
I think about you all the time.
Come on, the dirty one right now. We'll make it.
I woke up like this, I went to bed like this. I woke up like this, I went to bed like this. What you say? Hey, what's up in my ace? We be the women with the kitty getting baby girl. Baby girl, 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 baby girl.
Good.
I'm in the mix here. I'm in the mix. The mod program, you must be very proud. If you go to any one of those primary schools, you got Hillwood, Lavana Prince, George Steenberg, this is you. The mod program will be back for some more action a little bit later in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But for now, let's jump over to some news. Dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun.
Thank you, Wasty. Time for us to take a final look at your national news. Crime in the Cape Town CBD dropped by more than half when SA was under lockdown to curb the spread of COVID-19. The Cape Town Central Improvement District, formed through public-private partnership, it is to combat crime in the inner city, compared cases between March 2020 and March 2021 with those reported between March 2019 and March 2020. The number of incidents decreased from 1,624 cases to 705. The drop has been attributed to the successful implementation of a preventative deployment strategy during lockdown and collaboration between police and city law enforcement. Staying with local news, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has told Parliament that the Gauteng e-toll saga would finally be resolved in 2 weeks' time. Mbalula said he would make an announcement after the approval of his plan by Cabinet. The e-toll saga has been a hot potato for a while now because of resistance by civil society, unions and even the Gauteng government being sympathetic with motorists. And moving to news abroad, at least 25 people, including at least one police officer, were killed in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, yesterday in a shootout between police and drug traffickers in the city's Jacarzine neighborhood. It was also the highest ever death toll in a police raid in the country, which has for decades been enduring drug-related violence. 2 passengers on a metro train were also wounded in the crossfire. Aerial TV footage showed suspects fleeing police by jumping between rooftops in search of escape routes. And Somalia said yesterday it was restoring diplomatic relations with neighboring Kenya almost 6 months after severing ties after accusing Nairobi of meddling in politics. Relations between the countries have also been tense over the ownership of potential oil and gas deposits, some of which lie off the coast of Jubaland, one of Somalia's 5 semi-autonomous states. Kenya's foreign ministry said it had noted the Somali government's announcement. And next, how one man and his team are battling pollution of the ocean. Ocean pollution is one of the greatest threats to sea creatures that they face. An estimated 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic debris currently floating in the water latch onto marine creatures, claiming over 100,000 lives each year. With thousands of Cape fur seals breeding along the Namibian coastline, Drea Nudia of Walvis Bay has become aware of the cruel fate these animals endure. The reality of conditions in the ocean hit home when he set free a deeply distressed seal pup entangled in fish netting and fighting for its life off the coast of Namibia. He watched in awe as it swam away, and that's when he realized he had found his true life's calling, saving marine wildlife. Inquisitive mammals like seals often ingest debris or become entangled in it, resulting in starvation, suffocation and death. Dreyer vowed to make their plight his priority and has subsequently co-founded Ocean Conservation Namibia, which has thus far freed over 800 seals from insidious debris. Now, by filming each rescue and sharing it online, they are trying their level best to alert people of the deadly consequences of humans' behavior. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here is a final look at your sport.
Oh, plenty of the rugby front to get excited about this year, of course, and honing in on our one big international focus. It's Wales great Alan Wynne-Jones, who's been named as captain of the British and Irish Lions for their forthcoming tour to South Africa. The very experienced Wales captain is, in fact, the most capped player of all time for the country, having played in 148 tests for the Dragons and then 9 for the Lions. Then Warren Gatland will lead the British and Irish Lions again on his 3rd tour as head coach. Then bringing it back to local rugby, Springbok number 8, Dwayne Vermeulen, returns to the Bulls side. That's for their Pro 14 Rainbow Cup clash up against the Stormers at the Stormers' new home at the Cape Town Stadium. The 34-year-old will resume captaincy as well as Nizam Carr drops down to the bench. Then Sharks coach Sean Everett, he's expectantly named an unchanged starting 11. That's for their clash against the Lions at Kings Park tomorrow. Kickoff for the match between the Sharks and Lions is at 4 p.m. Then the Stormers and Bulls will go head-to-head at 6:15 in the evening. Then high-stakes rugby down under. Super Rugby Aotearoa and the Australian domestic competition will conclude this weekend with the top teams fighting it out for their respective trophies. So firstly, in New Zealand, defending champions the Crusaders will be up against a very much informed Chiefs side in their Aotearoa final in Christchurch, and that's at 9:05 in the morning tomorrow. Then the Reds will host the Brumbies in a repeat of last year's final in the AU final that'll be played out at the Suncorp Stadium, and that's at 11:45. Then Premier Soccer League action continued last night with Orlando Pirates bouncing back from last weekend's loss, recording a 3-0 win over Black Leopards at the Orlando Stadium. A brace by Tshepo Fatso Mabasa and a late strike from Frank Mango sealing the victory for the Buccaneers, and that moves them up to 4th spot on the PSL table. Then there's just one PSL fixture this weekend. TS Galaxy face Mamelodi Sundowns, making up that game in hand at 3 p.m. on Sunday. And the lack of PSL is due to cup action, of course, and in that final it's Chakuma, Chamazi Vandila and Chippa United gearing up for the Nedbank Cup final taking place tomorrow. Both debutants, in fact, for the final. TTM, who stunned Mamelodi Sundowns in their semi-final clash, they'll be looking to make history as the first team from Limpopo to win the title. That Nedbank Cup final will take place at the Free State Stadium, kicking off at 6 p.m. Then despite a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Roma last night, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United march on. They've booked their place in the UEFA Europa League final. So the Red Devils advance on 8-5 aggregate thanks to that massive 6-2 scoreline in the first leg. Then after a goalless draw against Arsenal last night, Villarreal are also through to the final thanks to a 2-1 aggregate. The Europa League final between Man United and Villarreal will take place in Gdansk in Poland on the 26th of May. So I'll leave you with the thought of just enjoying all of the amazing sporting action this weekend, but that's a wrap for this Friday morning. Right now, though, we're going to look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
Thank you, Graham. And we have loved seeing all of your sunrise photos shared with us this week. Please continue to share any of your gorgeous sunrise views that you may experience this weekend. We're going to say thank you to Justin Morstead from Tableview, who shared this pretty view from his backyard this morning. Leon Bischoff from Uvongo on the south coast shared this glowing red image of the sun rising over the ocean in the distance. One of our regulars, Ntokozo Theo Makatini from Joburg, showing this skyline scattered with hues of blues, reds and oranges. And last but not least, another regular, Nancy Govender from Umkomaas in KZN, shared this beautiful view with us. Now, if you would like to share your sunrise photos with us, it's really simple. Just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to share your photo and location with us. And while we love our local viewers, we also have to send greetings to our international viewers who are tuned in on the Africa Channel and YouTube. Now, we wrap up your weather report for this day with a brief update on Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson is located in a humid subtropical climate, with spring and winter being the wettest seasons. Jackson lies in a region prone to severe thunderstorms, which can produce large hail, damaging winds and tornadoes. If you are in Jackson today, you can expect a day with plenty of sunshine, reaching a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius. And here, the SA Weather Services predicts that the weather in the Western Cape will continue until tomorrow. And while less rain is predicted for Cape Town, a warning has been issued for heavy rain in Oudtshoorn. Heavy rain is also expected to continue over the Cape Winelands District, Hesika and Hesikwa, as well as Ladysmith municipalities. The Trudeau Pass between Barrydale and Swellendam is closed due to current weather conditions, which have resulted in rockfall. And in the southern Cape, Malgas is cut off due to impossible roads. Contingency plans are currently in place for emergencies, and the Overberg Disaster Management said no attempts must be made to leave the area as roads have become dangerous. It is also predicted that the Brede River and other rivers in the affected areas will be experiencing higher than normal flood levels, and people in low-lying areas close to the rivers are urged to be alert for severe flooding. Well, on that note, let's quickly look at your temperatures one last time. If you're in Polokwane, expect a low of 9, a high of 23. Mbombela, 14 with a high of 26. Pretoria, 11, 23. Johannesburg, 11 with a high of 21. Partly cloudy in Mahikeng with a high of 24. Klerksdorp 8 reaching a high of 20. Thunder showers can be expected in Kimberley today, 7 with a high of 22. Bloemfontein 6 reaching a high of 20. Richards Bay 17, 26. Pietermaritzburg 11 reaching a high of 25. Partly cloudy conditions in Durban today with a high of 26. Mthatha 9 reaching a high of 22. East London 15 with a high of 26. Cradock 8 reaching a high of 24. Gqeberha 14 with a high of 22. Partly cloudy conditions in George today, a low of 14, a high of 20. If you're in Cape Town, rain is continuing today with a low of 14, a high of 18. Worcester 10 reaching a high of 17. Sutherland 6 with a high of 14. And Uppington expects some sunny conditions with a low of 10 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And remember, if you have a beautiful sunrise photo you'd love to share with us, you can do so on the Expresso Facebook page.
So the temperature is about to rise in studio. If you are ready for Eid, we have some talented individuals talking you through it, some Eid ideas. Aziz Jacobs will give you a good Eid idea. There he is right there. Look at that. Classy man, classy ideas. Stay with us right here.
Suddenly he looks terrified, actually.
Yes, I know. He was like, why are you hyping up like that? Okay, he will tell you about anything you need, all things Eid coming up, and it's when it comes to fashion. So stay right there and open up with S3. One more shot. You ready?
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Eid al-Fitr is around the corner, and we want to make sure that you are looking your absolute best for the celebrations. So as a result, fashion editor Aziz Jacobs, good friend of ours on the show, is known for being fashionable, obviously. So when it comes to discussing trends and the must-have styles for Eid 2021, he is our obvious choice. No pressure. Everyone's street cred now depends on you right now. No, always great to connect with you. Always look impeccable. And this is an exciting time. We want to be able to express ourselves in a celebration like this, I would imagine, in whatever way that we can. And this is an opportunity for us to tap into some of the most contemporary and current trends at the moment. What's got you excited about getting dressed for Eid this year?
Well, Eid is all about a celebration. It's an auspicious occasion where you celebrate with friends and family, and at the same time you want to look good and presentable. And Hoods have so many options to offer you on Eid. I mean, from tailoring to smart casual options and blazers, because I'm wearing some of the key items from Hoods, and it's all about getting the right fit and at the same time feeling comfortable in your clothing, whether you dress very sophisticated or if you go for a smart casual options.
So walk us through how you pieced this look together, because it looks finished. You look comfortable.
Thank you so much.
But it's class. It looks like beautifully finished.
And so well put together.
Yeah.
So because we're going into winter, so I'm looking for more kind of winter tones. So like the burgundies, the greens, and pair it with contrasting chinos. And so it's all about also having the right color palette, and it also end of making an outfit looking well put together. For me, my go-to item to wear on Eid, it's definitely a blazer, if not a full suit. I'd definitely go for a blazer as well, with chinos or with suit pants.
Yeah, show a little bit of respect. But
Exactly.
Yeah, completely.
Exactly.
I love that. And I also like the textural elements that have come in. I mean, the different blends and the knitwear, unbelievable in Woolies this season. And you can raise it, lower it with a shoe piece. I love that. The finer details, those small little touches are a way that you can again finish the look, but it's also how you can introduce your own personality into a look. What are those small touches that we can
It's all about
introduce?
personality and character and about details. It's very important in any look. Like you mentioned, it's about textures and to amplify your look, it's all about the right accessories. So whether it's styling with a beautiful leather belt, with a cool pair of leather loafers, or perhaps with a pocket square, which I brought with, just to show you guys that this little touch can really add a whole...
And the burgundy just works so beautifully with the pocket square. How, my friend, because I've been shown this about a million different ways and no one can tell me conclusively, please tell me, how do you put a pocket square?
The cool thing about this pocket square, it gives me like 4 different options to use from. So whether there's so many ways you can really use
no
a
wrong
pocket.
way.
Yeah, there's no wrong way as long as it looks neat and well put together. So normally you get the classic simple fold where you can keep the length. Oh, sorry, the pocket is still closed.
Don't do that because
but yeah, so you put it in. Or normally my favorite is I open the pocket square completely.
Yeah, the magician trick, yeah.
Exactly. And I can play around with prints or color, and then I put it inside my
love the paisley
pocket.
with this look. Absolutely beautiful, my friend. Thank you.
And it's beautiful color palette as well.
Yeah, man, so take the pressure off. Let your own personal style guide you. If it makes you feel good, chances are you look good. Eid Mubarak to all our viewers for the next week. Make sure that you look your best and feel your best for your Eid celebration. It's such an important time, and you can shop for the latest fashion trends, as always, at Woolworths, in store, online, or on their amazing app. Go and check it out.
Fashion for celebrations. What about some delicious treats for celebrations? Stand by for a classic, and it will be perfect for mom.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
So many of us will be celebrating our classic mom, because I mean, moms are always classics, and I can tell you that a ginger pudding might be perfect for you. I've got the perfect person to give you the recipe. Jenny Morris is in the kitchen with me. I can tell you it is an honor and a pleasure. I feel that being in the kitchen with you is kind of like getting a salary without debit orders. Unbelievable. So this is how it goes. How are you doing?
I'm very good, darling. And how are you doing?
Fantastic. I am ready for our ginger pudding. I'm ready to delve into the depths of your mind.
Oh, darling, you don't want to delve too
Oh,
deep.
that's very true.
So I'm going to get you to delve into that bowl. You're going to do all the dry ingredients. We've got ginger, we've got salt, we've got baking powder and sugar.
I'm ready for this.
Which you're going to mix together beautifully. I'm going to quickly get my pot of milk on, and I'm going to get the sauce going because the sauce is delicious, and then we'll talk about the pudding.
Okay, cool. So we're going sauce first and dry ingredients.
Well, you must multitask and do it together.
That's fine.
So let's go 1, 2, 3,
One,
go.
two, three, let's go.
I'm going in with sugar.
I'm also doing sugar. As you see, the thing is, we are both
darling,
sweet like that.
Absolutely.
What are you going with next?
Go with that baking powder.
Baking powder next.
And I'm going with the baking soda, which is also known as bicarb.
There we go.
In we go. And I'm going to give it a little stir.
Okay, while you stir, I am going to assault this one with a salt. I'm going salt first.
Are you doing salt?
That's right.
Okay,
and then I can do a little bit of ninja with a bit of ginger, you know what I'm saying? There we go.
Darling,
Ready?
hit me with your ginger.
Shabara. Just like that. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to incorporate this beautifully. I want everything to be just spread through the dry ingredients.
That's it.
And at the same time, you can enjoy dry humor.
And look at me.
Nice, eh? Great.
So I've got all the wet stuff.
Right.
You've got all the dry stuff.
Exactly, because, you know, some of us are good at certain things.
Oh, I'm good at almost everything, aren't you? Such a bragger.
Yeah, well, you first.
Let's talk about memories.
Okay.
My granddad used to make the most beautiful Boston loaf.
Oh, my.
And these beautiful old-fashioned puddings,
Yes.
like a vinegar pudding, but ginger pudding was my absolute best.
Ginger pudding, you know what I love about ginger pudding is the smell of ginger pudding. I think that's the beautiful thing about it. There is something about ginger that just reminds you of growing up. I remember ginger snaps growing up, and then
yes,
and also ginger snaps would also be the base of some great desserts and fridge tarts. And I just thought, you know what, this smells like nostalgia. It smells comforting, and it's almost like you saying to mom, like, let me make something for you that you've attached to a memory of mine, and this would be perfect.
You go. So,
okay, so what you've done is you've added all the wet ingredients, just to go through very quickly.
I'm going to tell you what they are. Vinegar. Vinegar. It's delicious. Use any vinegar except balsamic.
So are you using vinegar in there? And there's obviously dairy in there as well, right?
Dairy will make nice acidity, so it's going to rise
so
to
you're balancing the pH so that the fats are stable. Okay. How did I know that?
Because you're a scientist. Now come, darling. Okay,
would you like me to trade a well?
Yes. No. You can actually do this here. In you go.
Okay. Do you want to just do a little double stir?
Oh, my gosh. He is such a stirrer.
That's right.
Okay,
put. Which one? Which bowl do you want in which? You tell me.
You can do it either way you like.
Okay, there we
go.
go.
Wet into dry or dry into wet. Let's go like this.
Let's go. And you want to just
move it.
And then check the pot, because I feel like something's boiling over. It's not only my mood with you around, but also...
You know what? I don't know what to do with you, because you completely distract me. This man-child completely finishes me.
You know, this is
I
what
love
happens,
working with you, but you distract the hell out of me.
But it's great, because we just did a little bit of a boil over. I'm glad that could happen on TV, man. It's the best thing ever. Because it shows you the human.
I am human, but you know what it is also? Oh, my goodness, look at that stove. Nicole's going to kill us, and you're going to clean it.
Nicole is our culinary expert, and we love her so much. But at the same time, you know what the best thing about this is?
We're scared of
her. We drop things on the counter just to ensure that she's okay. So it goes without saying that, you know what? No dessert is complete without clover classic custard. And this is exactly what we'll be pairing a little bit later. So this is all mixed through. It's got a nice batter consistency.
It's a beautiful batter consistency.
Yes.
Pop it into the oven for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
180 degrees.
Are we doing the magic of TV?
No.
Oh, not
yes,
yet.
of course we are.
Yes, we are.
I thought you were thinking it was meringue and you were going to like tip it over your, you know.
No, I would never. Okay.
Look at this. Just look at this beautiful sauce that boiled over.
Okay.
Can you see that spongy?
So you're going to get the recipe. So late last night, Jenny and I went to put the recipe up onto the website, expressoshow.com. It was a wonderful time. So if you want to go and check it out, please do. And to make this treat even sweeter, do remember that you still have the chance to win. Hear this, Jenny, 50,000 Rand when you find the Golden Bunny on a Clover Classic Custard promotional pack. And the competition ends at the end of May. So go on and find the Golden Bunny, just like lucky winner Nomu Sangwenya did. T's and C's apply, and you can also be found on clover.co.za as I pour over my Clover Classic Custard. May I?
2 hands.
Oh, you want to do 2 hands? I was going to do a 1-hand thing.
No, do it like...
Okay. So you want to... I just want to get that little spill over.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
You may.
You're not the only one who's going to have some Clover Classic custard.
May I tuck in? Well, because we're probably going to need a recap on this while we enjoy. So Let's just do this. Ginger pudding, custard, clover classic. I'm ready. You ready?
Do you know what? This is guilty secret.
I just realized that you just took custody of that.
Yes, I'm the custodian of the box. The classic
This is so good. You're going to want to learn how to make this, so check out this recap. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Isn't that gorgeous?
This is almost as gorgeous as you.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, we've taken Miss Jenny Mox out of the kitchen and she is on the couch so we can have a very frank discussion about what sounds like an amazing movie, but also an opportunity for me to have a little heart-to-heart with someone that I absolutely love and admire in terms of what she's achieved as a businesswoman and a chef. But let's set the tone here. When a tragic accident brings four very unlikely people together, an intergenerational story of grief, of coming together and starting anew is explored when they embark on opening a bakery together in the new film that we touched on earlier with JP titled Love, Sarah. Take a look.
I'm here about the baking job. It's a rose macaron filled with rose petal and lychee cremure and fresh raspberries.
The batter's undermixed.
Sorry?
Not by much, but it could do with a few more folds.
There are 4 other bakers. What makes you so special?
Why don't you try one? Tell me.
Good luck.
Here we go. Wow, crowds.
This city is home to people from all over the place. We make our bakery something to remind them of home.
You were her best friend. If anyone can put her spirit into this, it's you. So you're going to join me or what?
Love, Sarah.
Because food is love. Let's be honest, it's our emotional connection, directed by Eliza Schroeder and starring what looks like a very accomplished cast led by Celine Emery. The film Love, Sarah is opening in Mzansi cinemas nationwide today, and we are joined by our lovely friend of Expresso, Jenny Morris, to share more about the story and also the emotional connection for you, because I would imagine as someone who's lived in part, some of this journey, your failures, your successes have all been tied into food. It must be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Maybe you can set the tone for us as someone who's had a bit of a sneak peek of it. Set the scene for the film.
I haven't sneaked it. I've watched the whole thing because I thought, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful movie, and it's like it's generational. There are layers. There's love. There's sadness. It's just an incredible movie. And for me, although Sarah now has
passed away,
that mother is making up for all the wicked things. You know what I'm saying? It's
My
just the most
dearest
incredible. And how communities come together.
Sorry we haven't spoken
Absolutely
so long.
loved it. And it's a feel-good movie, you know. And
despite the sad context.
Exactly, exactly.
I suppose it's one of rebirth. And boy, hasn't this year been one of rebirth.
Oh my goodness me, and redemption.
And redemption. There's no redemption for you, sister. Don't even stop trying, man. Stop trying. No, Jen, I can remember connecting with you kind of shortly after probably the darkest stretch for both of us, when things had probably hit rock bottom for everyone in this country. Absolutely. As an entrepreneur, you've probably been through the most this year. What have these challenges been like, and how has that changed you and your relationship with food?
Do you know what? Number one, just the relationship of food. Let's talk about that. The scarcity of food. It's taught people to waste not and want not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? How to do with what you haven't got. And to switch things and change things. Just those dark moments where we couldn't open our doors, which meant that our staff weren't working. You had to find ways to pivot and to just change what you do to exist. And there are a lot of people out there that did clever things. You know, they were like thinking on their feet.
When you talk about thinking on your feet, how were you able to pivot? I'm looking at the gorgeous Uncle Tubbsy there, and you having a virtual bake-along in celebration of the movie. We know cooking with him is the most.
I love cooking
It's not a challenge, it's an invitation. But this is one of those ways that, and I think this is where I always marvel at you in the brands that you attract to you, the beautiful ways that you express cooking by, whether it's teaching a group of amazing women how to bake bread, or trying to teach Uncle Tubbsy how to make a cake. What was that experience like? And it sounds like there were some great prizes involved. What was that all about?
There were incredible prizes. There actually were lots of prizes. It's always nice to have a lot of prizes because you want to make everybody happy, you know, at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. And having him in the kitchen with me was fantastic. And I thought, who could I choose better? Because there was a pancake recipe and that child cheated. Do you remember when we did the pancake flip? He just went like this.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to get you flipping a pancake proper.
Could he?
And he's delicious to work with. He's a great child.
He's a sweetheart.
He's my boy child.
Really, really nice competition attached to that. Can you give us some details?
Okay, so this is a big competition. There are a lot of people out there that have pivoted, people who have lost their jobs, and how have they kept the roof over their head and food on the table? They've baked. You know, I cannot tell you how many people I know that are baking and still baking because they still don't have jobs. So I want to reward those mummies out there. We've got Mother's Day coming up and the movie launches today, and you don't have to watch the movie today, obviously. So I thought, what a wonderful competition with Stair Kennycore, who are giving us a full theatre. The theatre for a mum who we're going to choose. You've got the T's and C's and tell them how to enter, but you can have your own private viewing with your friends, with your suppliers, with your family, the people who stood by you during those times and help you to nurture that business and to just keep your family fed. So we're going to give away your own Love Sarah premiere for you and your friends. Can you imagine having that whole theatre?
Beautiful. Just a
been
moment
amazing.
To put the brakes on and reflect.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Thank you for adding your weight to that. Thank you for also just being so lovely, because you are so lovely, and we absolutely adore you on this show. There's a reason why we invite you back every single day. But I think this speaks to a really deep emotional connection that all of us have with cooking, and you, of course, stand that chance to win an exclusive screening of the film Love Sarah, which sounds amazing for you, your family, your friends, anyone that is dear to you, at a Stair Kennycore cinema in either Gauteng, Cape Town or Durban, we got you covered. All you need to do is reply to our competition post on either Facebook or Twitter and tell us how baking got you or your business through lockdown. And I have a feeling there's going to be some amazing stories. And remember to use the hashtag LoveSarahSA. That competition closes at 11 a.m. today, so get on it quickly. But as always, you can find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. So I love you.
I
you
love
know
you
that.
more.
Teresa loves you, and this gorgeous young man.
No, he distracts me.
I love you so much that I distract you. And I just wanted to give you something very special. This is for all of your hard work in the community. Whatever you do, there's always a connection to somebody else. You never do anything for yourself. This is a fruity and juicy, filled with flavor gift because it's just like you from Maynard. So these are gums and jellies. That's yours.
Are you saying they're really soft?
It's a juicy kaboom!
That's what it is. And I want you to taste one, please, because you always make me taste your recipes. So I want you to taste one of mine from Maynard's.
I mean, if it
Which one do you think I'm
wasn't a COVID era, she would probably force you to feed her one. You do realize that, eh?
Do you know what I like to do? I normally put one bunch in this cheek and one bunch
That's
in
the
that
whole
cheek.
idea there, but look at that. Beautiful,
and I like the
juicy,
black ones.
fruity, full of flavor, and this is one. I know you want to feed me one, don't you?
I'll give you to my hand. I'll give this hand.
It's a juicy kaboom!
Okay, now for some tea etiquette.
Yes, that's right, Wasty. Some tea etiquette right now, and spoiling your mom with a special high tea is probably a great way to spend Sunday. And joining me on our elegant high tea table is Natasha Ramnarayan, as well as who is senior product developer at Woolies, alongside our very own Chef Clem. And we're about to give you a lowdown on the Woolies infused tea range and sharing some tips on modern day tea etiquette. Good morning, Natasha.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very excited about this, and I know Chef Clem, you're probably getting excited about this too. Natasha, let's start with the Woolies infused tea range.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my favorite at the moment, which is the selection pack. This is new on shelf now, and this contains 5 different variants, and you get 4 tea bags each, and it's packaged in this beautiful little package here. So it's great to take on holidays, so at least you have a selection of your favorite, or just to keep at home to spoil yourself.
That's nice. I love the variety pack, especially if you're not sure, because I've stood in the tea aisle and I'm like, okay, which one to get, At least that way you get a selection in one box. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, which ones are apart from the variety pack, do you have a specific flavor that you enjoy?
Okay, I really like the chamomile, especially now that we're working from home and after a long day at work. This is great because it helps to soothe and to relax, especially at night or daytime naps.
There we go. I'm here for the daytime naps. And then I know when people don't always feel good, they always say, drink a bit of ginger, drink some ginger. So how does the ginger root infused tea?
Okay, so the ginger root infused tea has real ginger infused in it. It tastes great. It has that fiery ginger taste. And like you said, everyone says ginger is best when you're getting the flu or just feel down.
Yeah. Now I know when we make a cup of tea, I'm quite guilty of not actually letting it seep long enough. So Chef Clem, what is the correct method? Is it one of those you first need to warm up the teapot with some hot water and then discard it, or is there a specific way to really make the perfect cup of tea?
So it does start out with actually rinsing out your teapot, because teapots normally just sit on the shelf for like a week and a bit, sometimes longer. So you always want to just rinse out the pot. And if you're going to use hot water, even better, because you're already warming up the pot. So next thing, how long do you steep your teas?
Not too long, because I don't want it to get cold.
So let's say about like 3, 4, 5...
2 minutes?
2 minutes. Okay, so if you're using rooibos or normal Ceylon-style teas, 4 to 5 minutes is what you're looking for.
Okay.
For your green teas, that's when you're going 2 to 3 minutes. And then obviously the longer it sits in that water, the more infusion, the more extraction you get. Talking about extraction, a little tip that I do, I actually take the chamomile tea and I brew a big pot of tea, and then I pour it into my wife's bath.
Oh,
wow.
So you get chamomile-like flavors, just a little hint. Don't only have to drink it, it's actually really amazing. And the smell is just so amazing. Okay, next thing. Pinky's out or pinky's in?
Pink is out. No, pinky in. I think I was told if you do it pinky out, it's
like
it's considered like very common.
Okay,
Is
so
it?
pinky's in. Pinky's in. Okay.
So when you hold it, pinky in.
I'm going to give you one as well, okay? So pinky's in. The next thing is, when you actually drink your tea, you're actually supposed to lift up the saucer in your least dominant hand. I'm left-handed, but I'm going to do it like this. And then you would actually just grip the handle and drink it from here. And it should be above waist height.
Above waist height?
Because I'm also wondering how would you be drinking it below waist?
Well, they probably don't want you to have it here.
You're
so
right.
that's very why they say
There
waist
you go.
height.
And pinky's in, and then you go for a sip. Another very important thing, when you stir, you're not supposed to let the teaspoon hit the sides of the teacup. It's not the culinary hotline ting, ting, ting. You don't want to hear the ting, ting, ting. It's got to be quiet, okay?
Oh, you failed. You just failed.
I'm like, oh my God, I'll be so nervous. And I'm wondering if you have to follow these rules and you're with the queen. So you're like,
you'll never get to actually the tea at the bottom, like the sugar granules at the bottom.
You'll miss it. Then the next thing is actually, when do you add your milk? When do you add your milk when you make tea?
So normally after the brewing.
After the brewing. And that's because of temperature, because you want your water to be above 95 degrees. So don't be putting your finger in the water to feel if it's 95 degrees. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Water boils at 100 degrees. So as soon as your water boils, get into your teapot or get it into your teacup and let it brew in the cup, and then add your milk. If you're adding your milk first, you're going to drop the temperature. You're not going to get that proper infusion. That's what you want.
And then you're going to have milky tea. But what I love about these Woolies infused teas, I mean, I'm looking here, we haven't touched on the lemon peel and ginger root. These are the type of teas that I love to drink, black, plain. You don't mess with the flavor. You really get the full like, experience.
I don't even add sugar to mine. I kind of like the flavor of like, for example, the lemon peel and the ginger root. I just want to get that. I don't want to add any extra sugar, which you can do. You can add sugar, you can add honey to it, like we've got the beautiful honey in the front there. I just love the pure flavor of tea. And every time we do tea, kind of like make it a ceremony, because I mean, there's so many cultures do embrace tea and they create like a ceremony around it. And I think anytime you can create an occasion, especially around Mother's Day, do it, do it. Get the cupcakes, get the tea, and just have a celebration.
There we go, there we go. Well, lots of exciting things to do. What's great about these Woolies Infusions tea is that they were 100% naturally caffeine-free. There we go, something delicious to add to your table, especially if you're planning on spoiling mom with some of the finest teas that you can buy at Woolies. As they say, life is like a cup of tea to be filled with to the brim and to be enjoyed with friends and, of course, with our moms. There we go.
Dear Mum,
I love you. I love you.
Thank you for always being the Mbokoto that you are.
Indulge your desires. Be swept away by the fragrance of dissent. Take the plunge into impulsive spending until you find yourself deeper and deeper, drowning in debt. In this world of temptation, do you want a bank that takes your money? Or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, listen, it's one of my favorite days. Wasty, what day is it?
It's your birthday!
There we go, and it's also Friday.
Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
And it's also Friday, and you know how much we love Fridays on your Feel Good Breakfast show, especially all of the dancing that takes place.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, we've asked you to send in your best birthday dance videos to celebrate yourself or a loved one, and boy, did you deliver. Let's check it out.
Go, oh,
There
and
we
it stays with a
go.
filter. Yo, that's like step up level. Hi-bo, hi-bo. Danis.
There we go, Diane Coupin.
That's cool. This is also a TikTok video, you can just tell.
The coordinated moves, yes.
Definitely. There we go. You
There
see,
we go.
where else are you going to break it down than in your backyard? That's why they call it yard music. Hey, hey. Oh, you see?
There
This
we
is the
go.
bonding.
Kirshni, look at the cutie at the back.
That's it. Oh my goodness. Why is there will never be a frown when you're wearing a gown? There's a saying like that, I'm sure, somewhere. Hey!
There we go, Mason. Breaking it down.
I work out. There's it, there's it. Matsidiso. You know when you dance to the words like that, you just listen to the words, you just move the body.
There we go, Olive. Oh!
That's it. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Those are some serious dance moves. Oh my goodness, love each and every video that's been sent through, and please keep them coming. This week, one of our favorite videos was sent in from Lerato Mfulwane. Let's take a look.
Oh my goodness, you see? This is what you call, I mean, that's pajama game and dance game all at once.
We absolutely love the moves. Lerato, she is on a video call with us right now. Good morning, Lerato.
Good morning.
How was it seeing your video again? Well, Lerato, I believe it is your birthday. Happy birthday from us here at Expresso. Wishing you a wonderful day. What are the birthday plans?
I was planning to take my son out and celebrate my birthday.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Well, I hope you enjoy every moment with him. And to make your birthday extra special, we are gifting you with a 500 Rand cash prize.
What?
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Yes!
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're most welcome, Lerato. Enjoy the birthday and the time with your son.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Here we
See,
go.
$500 in the pocket with that celebration. That's great. So do remember, we are running a weekly competition where you could win yourself $500 in cash for celebrating your birthday with those dance moves. All you need to do is to send in your birthday dance move, and you can just do that on WhatsApp 071-640-6551, and we want you to break it down. Best dance moves, they will win the prize. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
Do you have some dance moves?
What, dance moves?
For a birthday, yeah?
It's just, I actually think they call this the Give Me Lamingtons dance. Give me Lamingtons. Hey, hey, give me Lamingtons. Hey, hey.
Take a moment to dance, and just dance, man. We're gonna have a little bit of fun in the kitchen. We're all about mummies, and there is no better way to treat your mummy than with something delicious in the kitchen. Imagine a beautiful foam cake wrapped in delicious coconut and chocolate, all packaged in a beautiful bite-sized little morsel. I'm talking about Lamington squares. Incidentally, one of my mommy's favorites.
Really?
And today, Jenny Morris is going to take us through exactly how to make them. Intimidating. I'm going to say that straight off the bat.
No.
I would be naturally intimidated to make a Lamington square, and you tell me don't be.
Don't, because I mean, it's literally, it's like cream the butter
boom.
and the sugar, put your wets together, and I get your eggs in these. Do it,
Okay,
do it
so
as
can I
I'm
just-
talking to you. Yeah, listen to your mummy.
You see how nervous I got? I'm banging.
No, don't be scared, baby. And then your
So
vanilla.
this is butter and sugar, hey?
Yes,
That was
butter and
between
sugar and
your
eggs.
first?
Use the whisk. It might make your life easier. And then a half a cup of milk. Get all your wet together, and then add your dry. It's literally 2-bowl wonder.
Okay.
And then into the oven. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to make the dipping. What I love about this is that you've got the chocolate, you've got coconut, which is one of my favorites.
That's a good combo.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got hot water. I'm going to literally put this in here.
Do you know where Lamingtons come from? I don't know why I think it's an Australian thing.
It's not. It's not research.
Why would I think that?
Because they stole it. They're not going to like us for saying it. But apparently there is research now, because somewhere, I think in the 19th century, in some Australian newspaper, they mention Lamingtons. But if you go back, there's a picture in New Zealand, because have a look at it. You can see it's a Lamington. There's a painting of people eating lamingtons for tea.
There's hard fat, so
there's hard fat.
1/2 a cup going in.
Yep, and one beautiful measure of butter, hot water, and I've got icing sugar and cocoa. So I'm now going to give mine, it's this lovely wet mix that you dip. I'm going to give mine this little mix.
Do I have to mix these dry things through? Is this
Together,
baking powder
absolutely.
going? Boom, pop that in
and
there.
then just stir
all
it.
the salt?
All the salt, yeah.
Boom.
The salt just adds that lovely balance. You know me and balance. You've got to balance it.
And then I just saw my khoe.
Khoe, and then just keep stirring. I like to stir from the center out.
Okay.
I think that's where make her well in the center comes. All right, so Graham, have a look here. I've already pre-baked some because I know you want to. You said it's your favorite and Mummy's favorite.
We must eat. It really is. My mum used to get them as a special treat for herself.
Nice.
Back in the day.
Oh.
So being able to actually make these, I'm going to see if my son and I can duplicate this for his granny.
And you know what? I'm making these for my best friend Wendy Berg because she's a wonderful mum, and these are her absolute favourites.
Oh, that's come together beautifully. Look at this.
Look at that. You see how easy it is. Not so intimidating after all, hey?
Oh,
and then
you
just
really let it sink into that.
Yes, let's do another one.
Oh, goodness.
While we wait, and then I'll let you sink your teeth into this one if you want, and then you just literally just roll it about. I mean, it's not easier than this, darling. Paint by numbers.
Oh, Zoe's going to attack this.
Is she going to dive on it?
Chow this.
Does she like it raw?
She loves batter more than, I think, anything else that she eats, to be quite honest.
Here we
Zoe,
go.
I'm saving this whole thing for you, wherever you are, sister. Look at the state of that. That
Just
is beautiful.
look at that. Now, if you'll move my clover milk a little bit to the side, I might be nice to you, be good to Mama, she'll be good to you. Of course you can.
Oh, my word. I love that. Now that I've seen the extent that you go with the soaking of the chocolate.
You mustn't soak it too much. Let me see inside. That's what you want. You just want to see those layers. Those beautiful layers. Now, how easy is that? Go out and bake lamingtons. And they were called Wellingtons. And then the Australians took it and called it Lamington.
Lamington,
yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't care where they're from. We're going to call them a South African delicacy right now.
Me
Absolutely
too.
Gorgeous. You can find this recipe as simple as it is on expressoshow.com. I have a feeling if you whip these up for your mummy, she will absolutely love them. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Eastervarkie.
Eastervarkie.
I think that's the South African version.
We had to South Africanize it in some way. Jen, it's been awesome chatting to you today. So good to have you on the couch, to have you in the kitchen. And of course, wishing you the happiest of Mother's Days ever. You absolutely deserve it.
Thank you for my sweeties. Not just any sweetie, a Maynard.
And hopefully your boys in your life are going to really spoil you this Mother's Day. But we, of course, continue our celebrations this morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, well, Graham, what better way to celebrate celebrations than with a beautiful giveaway? Now, to all the bake lovers out there, your kitchen countertops will be the envy of your friends, and that's all thanks to this iconic 50s-style Smeg stand mixer. It features a 10-step variable speed with a soft start function and overload motor protection.
My word. You know, you just did that 50s-style advert right now where you touched the product and you just said, like, here it is, right for you right now. The best part is that you stand a chance to win one with Woolworths. Head on over to Woolworths' Facebook page and comment on their Smeg competition post with your 5 baking essentials from their website. And do remember to add hashtag WooliesXSmeg to enter. T's and C's apply. And the competition ends on the 9th of May, 2021.
That's right. Now, what are you waiting for? Get entering and get baking, because I'll be holding thumbs for you, because I'm jealous. I can't enter.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
To impress a gorgeous lifeguard, Marlon decides to catch a huge wave. Smooth. But the wave dumps it. Not smooth.
Luckily, he's where he wants to be, in the arms of the lifeguard.
Nothing smoother.
Tropica.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, listen, there is nothing smoother than a Tropica and throwing down some smooth dance moves to get into the weekend vibe. And speaking of those smooth dance moves, our very own Expresso smooth moment of the week has to have been that smooth Tropica dance-off battle that took place between our very own Carl Wasty and our guest Miguel earlier this week. Let's take a look.
Oh, no. No.
Eight, 7, 6. Oh no, you did it! How much on top of that? 2, 1.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I blacked out. What happened?
Oh gosh. Miguel, my friend, this is either going to make or break your career, buddy.
Take it off. Take.
One.
Sorry.
Mr. DJ, rock and roll.
That's it.
The same song.
Yes. Hey! Hey!
Okay, wait.
Take it off! Take it off! Yes!
Okay. We got it. Now, hey.
All right. Hola!
This is my favorite move, though.
Yes. Hey!
Oh, ladies, get up.
Get down. Hola! Obrigado.
Oh, senor.
Yes, yes.
Senor.
Take it, Tropica.
Come with me, my friend. Just come around, my friend. Oh, qué bonito.
Hey, bonito.
How's it seeing yourself on TV?
Hey, and that little...
You will never get used to it.
That little drop at the end there, boy.
Woo-wee. I love this.
Man,
Thanks
so
a lot.
that was smooth. So we thought we obviously had to go to our social media pages to find out who our smooth winner was.
Miguel Priguero.
They have voted no, my friend. It is clear on our social medias who the smoothest dancer on set is. It is Mr. Carl Wasty.
What? No ways.
Victory dance.
No ways.
Dance.
That is impossible.
Give us a-
I'll never
Yeah.
dance like that. I'll never ever dance like that. I will dance like that again. I want to see it.
Oopsie. Think fast.
Hola.
Aisa.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
That is why you loved him. Now, we had
Thank
some
you.
great comments coming through. Top fan Gabby Drayden said, definitely Carl. I just wish he had never stopped dancing. Sorry, Miguel. And Denver Telling said, so close, but Carl did the smoothest moves. And then Nortebeco Trifine said, Carl, I'm surprised you are not a professional dancer.
What?
Those moves are smooth. Miguel, you tried, but maybe next time.
Oh.
Buddy, well done. You represented for the team, okay?
I did it for you guys. I thought about you, Graham, when I was moving like that and came through.
Good to know. Well, a big thank you to all of you for your smooth votes and comments. We cannot wait for next week's dance-off battle to see who is our next smooth dance-off champion. Now,
So we're going to do it again, is what you're saying.
What are you doing? What are you
We're
saying?
doing it again.
Are you dancing next week?
No,
that's going to be
Wasty is
great.
gonna dance.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yes, Zoe.
Well, listen, that is the kind of smoothness that we need to get you into the weekend vibe. Then grab a Tropica because there's nothing smoother. And of course, I feel like the dancing's not going to end over here.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
To impress a gorgeous lifeguard, Marlon decides to catch a huge wave. Smooth.
But the wave dumps it.
Not smooth.
Luckily, he's where he wants to be, in the arms of the lifeguard.
Nothing smoother.
Tropica.
Made with love by Clover.
You do realize that there are other individuals who can do smoother dance moves, and those are the professionals behind me from primary schools all over the Western Cape. These guys are going to entertain you. So once again, move the coffee table. It's the Expresso Friday Dance. Please welcome once again the Mod Program. Enjoy. beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Thank you so
We're
much,
gonna
you
have to
beautiful
ask them
peeps.
to take a bow.
Oh, take a curtsy, take a bow. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a beautiful Mother's Day, you incredible human beings. We love all of you. Mommy, I love you most of all. We'll see you soon, guys. Have an amazing weekend.
Stay safe.
Here's to family favorites and recipes passed from mothers to daughters. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.